Let me put my pants on real quick. Where are they running James White? They're on the damn ball. Where are they running James White?
What's up, guys, and welcome to the very first edition of SLM Sunday Showdown. I am your host, J-Mac, and we'll be here with you for the next few hours as we have roundtable discussions about anything and everything throughout the NFC Championship Game. We've got Tom Brady and the Patriots taking on the young phenom Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, and the winner of this game goes to face the Rams in Super Bowl number 53. We will have all the hosts of all your favorite SLM podcasts as well as bloggers jumping in and out with us throughout the game, so stay tuned. It's going to be a wild game to watch together, and I can't imagine what all stuff we're going to have happen throughout our conversations. We're excited to be broadcasting live to YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope, so make sure to tell all your friends, share the links, everything. We also want to hear from you guys, so we'll be taking calls throughout the show. So listeners, please give us a call. The number is 972-885-9361. That, again, 972-885-9361. You can see it down there at the bottom of your stream on the YouTube channel and everywhere else. For our first roundtable, again, me, J-Mac. It's the lead football writer here at SLM, JB, Claire Peachy, Josh, a.k.a. the Vanilla Gorilla, and Brandon. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's up, man? It's good to be here.
First live show.
It is. I'm excited. I'm excited about watching a little bit of football with you guys. I'm not a big NFL guy myself. I'm more of a college football guy, but I'm ready to learn from our lead writer down there.
That's what he does.
Well, J-Mac, we already talked about his bookie's about two streets down from his door here after the Patriots lose. Apparently, he's put the whole 401k, got the loan out, and he's got it all on the Patriots. So we'll see what happens.
No, never. Patriots are going to win this game. I'm not worried about it. Not too worried at all. Yeah, so we've been watching throughout the playoffs and everything we've been doing between the hashes. That's JB and I's football show. It's a lot of fun. But Claire's got a new show coming out called Just Peachy.
Just Peachy.
Yeah, really excited about that one.
I know. Have a female voice out there.
It's about time.
I'm the lone female today, but
I know.
I can handle all the dudes.
What is Just Peachy about?
Pretty much anything and everything. I mean,
including peaches.
Oh, yes. We'll have one.
Okay, cool. I'm a big peach fanatic. My family has a peach farm, actually.
Really?
No.
But
I was.
peaches.
You thought I did for a second there, right?
Did.
It was convincing.
I feel like I should probably not take you too seriously.
That's probably for the best.
But no, we'll talk. Our podcast will talk about anything and everything. Our main point right now is The Bachelor. I'm sure not all of you guys watch it, but it's entertaining to say the least. And then we'll talk about just anything. So it's not really segregated into one particular topic.
I know some of us watch The Bachelor.
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic.
Yeah, dude, we've been loving. Everybody's been loving your guys' point of view, like breakdown blogs every week. Those have been absolute gold.
Well, when you have such a storyline like Colton, I mean, how can you not be interested in a virgin who's going to be dating 30-plus women at one time? I mean, it's just a riveting story from all aspects. So, and then they bring on a woman who's never even kissed a guy because she was completely compatible with him. It had nothing to do with her never kissing a guy at all. So, I mean, they're just setting us up for success.
Pretty good.
I've never watched that show, but I'm about 100% sure that both of those are lies made up by the show. Right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this Colton guy, that's been his story the whole time is that. But this girl who's in her mid-20s who said she's never kissed a guy seems, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it certainly seems a little suspect to say the least.
Right.
The thing is, she's tall, long blonde hair, and beautiful.
And lives in California, right? Am I wrong on that? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Mm.
California are known guy kissers for sure.
Well, you should have seen them. They were sitting on this campfire date on a couch, and she was so disappointed that he didn't kiss her after she told him that she never kissed a guy. I mean, that's such a random expectation that a guy would kiss you after you said you've never kissed a guy. It was just bizarre.
Seems odd.
Yeah.
Certainly does.
Definitely seems odd.
So, I mean, on the Just Peachy show, I mean, I feel like we have to do it right and certainly review like different types of peaches or peach delivery services. I mean, that seems like an easy sponsorship to try out every delivery service until we get a sponsorship.
Do we know any businesses that do that? Is that a thing?
Oh, that's definitely a thing. Like fruit delivery? Absolutely.
Like, are you talking like
California?
That works on like several different levels, Josh. That's great. So are we talking about like fruit delivery to the door?
I mean, I think so. There's definitely people that do that.
Yeah.
I found some. I googled it. Peach delivery service. Peach D. Lunch should be amazing. Is their tagline. So there's our first sponsor. We're going for them.
So we got the Peachy sponsorship coming there. We're still trying for the Tito sponsorship if they're on here with us for Between the Hashes. That'd be nice. That was still hopeful.
Yeah. Ben can maybe give us an update of where we are with that when he gets here later.
Yeah. The intern sent out the emails yet, J-Mac?
I don't know. That's Ben's part, but he handles all the internal stuff.
Fair enough.
Oh, man. All right. So we got Patriots' second goal right now. So there's that.
Second goal. I mean, what's the chances that Tom Brady goes play action and dumps it to like the fourth string left tackle who apparently has the best hands of the team in the corner of the end zone? I'd say about 50%.
Yeah.
Justin, I know you're a big Simpsons guy. Did you ever see the Simpsons parody on the Patriots?
Oh yeah, no, you sent that to me the other day. It was something that was no, it wasn't that. I saw it on Twitter the other day. It was the gif of just Bill Belichick's like going over his eyes to make his eyes really dark.
Yeah. It was they threw a touchdown pass to the mascot, and so the refs huddle up and they come out and they say the mascot was part of the 54-man roster and he declared eligible, therefore a touchdown. Like you got to cover the mascot. Rookie move. He declared eligible.
Is that within like one of the newer episodes of that show?
Yeah, that's a newer one.
Yeah. Well, of course, I guess. But I mean, I guess the Patriots run has been going on quite some time. So that is somewhat of a valid question.
We just don't really watch the new ones.
No. Rightfully so. It's a different show now.
Yeah, it's still good.
You still keep up?
I'll watch an episode every now and then. If it's like after season 16, that's when they start getting a little bit dry, but it's still a good satire for like what's going on in the world now. At the end of the day, there's still Simpsons writers. It's still Matt Groening, you know?
Sony Michelle, Teeter. Well, that was the most Patriot drive I've ever seen.
Sure was.
8 minutes, 5 seconds. Sony Michelle, James White. Absolutely nothing special on that drive. Just work it out and muscle you. Could Gronkowski play left tackle? Would that be unthinkable at this rate? I mean, isn't that what he is now?
He's pretty much, they're going to use him as a tackle. This is the way that they've been trying to use him all year, and they just put a wrinkle in the sheets right when we got to the playoffs.
I mean, he just can't move more than 2 steps, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Just put him on the edge. Gronkowski. Acting normal, okay.
Yep.
Dude, I love listening to Tony Romo on these games. How do you guys feel about him?
I think he's gotten a lot better.
When he first came on, he was jacked up, dude. He was like he snorted a couple lines of coke before he came on every single game. He's chilled out a little bit, but I think he has really good insight. He does a good job of calling out what's about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, much better than Witten, certainly on Monday Night Football, who can't remember. Witten just gives the breakdown of the tight end every play, it seemed like. where Romo can at least tell you on the whole field, hey, this is what this guy was looking at. So he's definitely been a better change from Phil Simms, who, man, I mean, you go from Phil Simms every night and Chris Collinsworth another night. It's getting exhausting to listen to those teams. So.
Dude, I can only do so much of Collinsworth. He kills me.
Yeah, he's pretty brutal.
It's like nails on a chalkboard. His sliding thing gets on my nerves, too.
Oh, the sliding, man? You can bet on that now. You can place money on which direction he'll slide it in from. I'm just hopeful they slide him in from like up top or below one time, just to throw everyone off.
What's your prediction for this Chiefs drive?
Gosh, I mean, you hope they don't go. If they go 3 and out, it's going to be tough sledding for them. But
sure,
I don't know. J-Mac and I have talked about how much trouble Bill's had in the past with running quarterbacks. Andy Reid's one of the better game planners. I really wouldn't look for this game to get too out of hand until maybe the second half with Bill. But you would think the Chiefs have a pretty good game plan set up. But now they're going from their own 15. Maybe change a little bit of what you're looking to do there. Just trying to get too dicey. I say you just go play action, first play to Tyreek Hill. Just throw it over the top. Patriots are too slow.
Spread out the field.
Spread it out. Texas Tech style. A steady dose of Damian Williams. Here we go.
So, yeah. What did the temperature end up being at kickoff? 19? Something like that?
Yeah, not negative 14 like everyone was talking about halfway through the week.
The cold weather thing was being played up way too much. Oh, it's Duster Dan.
How do you do, fellas?
Thanks for joining us, man.
Good to see you. And I'm sorry, not only fellas, but
right, no.
Fellas too.
I'm one of the dudes. It's fine.
How do you do, Claire? Welcome to the family.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Ben's twin brother, Duster Dan, is here, our very own NHL writer. How's it going, man?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Watching a little bit of football, and it's been there was a pretty wild ending to the Saints Rams game earlier.
Indeed, overtime
and some missed call action and all that. So it was kind of wild.
Yeah,
that was. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. That was PI and targeting. That was 20 yards worth of penalty right there.
Easily.
Or 30, I guess, if you call PI and targeting.
Boy.
Flag on the play, J-Max. Held down.
We'll see what happens here.
Is that Sam over there?
No, that's Jason.
How do you do, Jason?
Excuse me. Jason.
Hey, what's going on, man? So we do have an NHL writer. That's good to know. I thought we were just going to completely ignore that aspect.
No. I do write a little bit for Sensibly Loud Media, but only when I feel like it.
It's always gold, though. I loved your guide to surviving the Winter Classic. That was incredible.
Thank you. I actually did register for tickets down to see the Winter Classic next year in Dallas.
Oh, nice. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think Dallas is hosting Detroit.
Is that how it's going to end up? I know that they were trying to figure out who's going to be hosting or who's going to be playing them for.
I thought I saw the Red Wings, but I could be mistaken.
No, you're probably right. I just hadn't heard. I don't listen to hockey too much, unfortunately.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well, that was uneventful. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're 5:30 left in this game, or in the first quarter so far, so moving right along. Not too bad. We did this for the World Series, and it was an absolute blast. It went off the rails so incredibly quickly.
Well, as soon as Ben Baseball gets here, I'm sure that's quick to follow.
Yeah.
Has he recovered from all that Oreo challenge that he did?
No, I sent him the other day. I saw it was like quadruple stuffed Oreos, and somebody had, posted it on Facebook, and I just tagged him in and just said, "What do you think about this?" And he just went, "Oh God, no."
He's never eaten an Oreo again.
How many did he end up having? Was it like 31 or something?
27, I think. He was trying to beat 30. I was really close over Christmas to going and buying the Oreo Thins and just demolishing like 50 of those things and just really showing him up, but I decided against it.
Well, and maybe the listeners don't know this, but Ben Baseball doesn't chew his food.
What?
It's one of the most, he just doesn't chew at all. You can be sitting down with him at lunch and have like a Freebirds burrito, and you're like halfway through yours, you look up, it's demolished. Unhinges his jaw like some sort of unholy snake and just eats.
Is he a very fast eater?
Yeah.
I am too, though.
You are. You definitely are.
Less more.
Yeah. Every time we eat a meal, I think I'm done before you've even sat down.
It's always shocking, like whenever I do get done before you do, though, because it's like, well, what happened here? Something broke down in the order of things.
I thought it was more interesting that he chose to eat his Oreos with water.
No, he drank coffee with them.
He drank coffee with them. Yeah, it was something weird.
Coffee's the way to go.
You lost because of the coffee. Like, you got to do milk, right?
No, coffee dissolves the Oreos.
Oh, so he was cheating.
Have you ever dipped an Oreo in coffee? It just disintegrates like that.
No, I'm not weird.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
I've never thought to do such a thing.
Sorry.
I'm related to Ben Baseball. So
that's fair. No, I'm just joking with you. So coffee's the way to go, huh?
It is.
We talked about doing it on the basketball podcast, but then Kyle moved to Austin in fear. So I guess we can't do it anymore.
Well, that came out, and then was it a free throw shooting contest?
Free throw shooting contest?
That I was going to referee because I already told you that I would lose that. No doubt about it.
I think you got to get in on it.
Dude, I don't know. I'll give it a shot, but I guarantee you, if I could bet against myself, I would. Because I know that I will lose.
Isn't that why Pete Rose is never going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, it is.
Too soon? Too soon?
Never. Brandon and I have definitely been in Vegas before and seen him in like autograph shops.
Yeah, no. So a friend of mine owns a couple restaurants right next door to that autograph shop. And so he's there every Friday signing.
We used to go by there just drunk as hell and just, why'd you do it, Pete? Why'd you do it?
I bet he loved you guys. It's like, these guys again.
Oh, God.
Well, the autographs are free, but you have to buy the merchandise. It's like $90 for a baseball for him to sign. It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think didn't we look into that or something, and that's what it ended up being? Or didn't Sam drunkenly do it or something like that? Yeah, that's a very typical Sam thing. Then we went to like just down the way from there's a sock store where you can buy like all kinds of different, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we just went and bought an absurd amount of just ridiculous looking socks.
So you talking about the MGM?
Yeah, so it's between the MGM and the Luxor.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
The Delano and the Luxor.
Yeah, Delano and
it's on the tip of the tongue. Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay. There it is. Yeah, so it's the shops at Mandalay Bay. Yeah. Well, how's the game, fellas?
Moving right along. We're at commercial right now, but coming back, and Patriots got the ball, right? Yep. Perfect.
Maybe I missed this, but who do we like?
Well, I like the Patriots, but that's a given.
I mean, look at beanie.
Yeah, I am wearing a Patriots hat.
I guess none of us can go against the Patriots in this situation, but
I'm going against them.
I was going to say, haven't you been going against them all week?
I'm 100% going against them. I got the young guns. I'm glad that Goff got in, and I want Mahomes to get into. I think after a while, just dynasties get old to me. See the same team win for a long time.
That's why I don't watch basketball.
That's why I'm about to boycott basketball.
Oh, what was that, Tom? Oh, man. You sure, J-Mac? That throw was brutal.
He hasn't been throwing nearly as well all year. I mean,
dynasty's over. Just hang it up, Tom. He's worthless. Worst quarterback.
We go through this every year. It's just ridiculous. That's the thing that gets me. When it's over, it's over, and that's going to be great. And it's just a time to enjoy it right now. That we're witnessing some of the best football we've ever seen in our lifetime.
If he wins the championship this year, does he retire?
No. I don't think so.
Really? Dude, I think you gotta pull the Bill Russell and retire on a championship, retire on a high point.
I think he's gonna play till literally someone tells him not to.
Yeah, until he gets benched.
It's gonna come to a point where New England's like, "Hey, we're done." I mean, that might be 7 years from now, but
could be.
McDaniels.
I would want to walk out in confetti.
Yeah, with your jersey. Hopefully, he doesn't lose it this time.
Yeah.
All right, big third down coming up here, J-Mac. What do they do? Be a classic draw play for him right here, you know? Or dump out just to James White in the flat.
Yeah. 347. I'll let you know whenever they hike the ball again.
I gotta say, that's quite the setup you got there, Brandon. Not all of us are showing off our wonderful machines like you are. Yeah, I think that's against that one thing they share between the third and fourth quarter, right? Yep.
I got into it with the MLB about sharing GIFs because they sent me a cease and desist after I was tweeting pictures.
Really?
Yes, it's ridiculous. Everything runs through. Dude, baseball gets in its own way so badly. I don't want to get into all that right now, but it's the way that it goes into like it's called BAM. It's like their like entertainment arm and everything. If you take a GIF of your own and put it on Twitter, I mean, within 20 seconds or so, you're getting flagged for it.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah. And like Josh and I were on Christmas Day, we were tweeting out live GIFs out of the On the Break account, and the NBA retweeted a couple of them. Like, they don't care. Like, it's good for them to be doing that because you're spreading the visuals of what people think is great.
Yeah, it's not like I'm about to take a camera and go to a game and be able to broadcast better than the NBA or the MLB, you know?
Exactly. That's the point. Like,
you're using their stuff and you're retweeting their stuff.
Exactly. But baseball locks it down so much to where, because they want to capture all the revenue from it. And while that's great in the short run, the long-term effects of that are really dangerous.
Yeah.
Isn't that why the Patriots got in so much trouble for like bringing a camera in, but that was a practice for the other team, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And the NFL sent him a cease and desist.
That's what it was.
Ride him.
Roger Goodell.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that dude the worst, not GM, president of operations in any sports league? What's he called? Commissioner.
Yeah.
Worst commissioner in any sports league?
Pretty close, yeah.
Who's your favorite commissioner?
Adam Silver.
Oh, yeah.
Like currently or historically?
Dude, if you have a historical commissioner, I'll hear it.
Well, I mean, I love the name, Commissioner of Baseball, Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
Of course.
It's just quite the name, but the history of racism just kind of goes against that. So, 6-1, I don't know.
So, kind of even that out. It's bar neutral, right? Racist, right, but has a sweet name. It's neutral.
What do you do with that?
Kennesaw Mountain Landis was the final answer on the Jeopardy show that we played that Jimmy just wiped the floor with me and Sam.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Sam and I definitely decided that we were just going to go balls to the wall and went rogue and wagered all of our money like halfway through and then just got completely destroyed by an insanely difficult question that Ben wrote. And so, it was kind of over from the start, but still Kennesaw Mountain Landis was the final Jeopardy answer that Jimmy somehow pulled out of his ass. I have no idea how.
It's a good name to know.
So on the next episode of Just Peachy, are you guys just going to be breaking down The Bachelor? What's that, episode 3 now? Or is it going to be, do you have anything else you've been talking about?
We're not going to make it probably the whole episode, but a little chunk of it though. And we're planning on getting into other shows we touched on it a little bit our last episode of like other random shows we watch, but we haven't quite decided yet though.
Okay.
Yeah. The Bachelor's just easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Claire, have you heard of Temptation Island?
No, is that the one that they've been showing on like previews for here? Is it on CBS or on Fox?
I think it's on you. I got to be honest, I just watched it on Hulu.
Oh.
But
Oh, maybe another show that I'm thinking of then that they just previewed. But
yeah, it just came out with its first episode. I think it's on USA.
That's right. Yep.
And it's 4 couples. Wow, we're doing a plug for them, and they're not even paying us, so this is bad. It's 4 couples who go there. They separate the 4 couples, and then they get to date other men and women. And then at the end of the show, they individually get to choose whether they stay with their couple they came with, choose someone else, or leave single. But you don't see your other, boyfriend or girlfriend the whole time. So the first episode was pretty good. I got to be honest. It was pretty well done for as reality dating goes, but maybe something that
each other's spouses or other random people.
So it's other random people. So 4 couples. So like the 4 couples split up, and the 4 guys date a handful of single women, not the other people's significant others, though.
Okay.
And then at the end of the show, they get to choose whether to stick with their original person, new person, or leave single. So the first episode was pretty intriguing. So I'll see how it turns out. But nothing can top The Bachelor, of course. But
I like Bachelor in Paradise though better than do you watch Bachelor in Paradise or no?
Oh, VIP is life. I mean, there's nothing else to watch during the summer. Monday and Tuesday nights. I mean, what's better to look forward to than people drunk on a beach just talking about having sex? That's all they do. And then Chris Harrison narrating it the whole time.
Also, it's worth noting that Temptation Island is presented by Mark Wahlberg. Just going to throw that out there.
Really?
But not the Mark Wahlberg you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. I just saw that on
that.
Yeah. I wish it was. Yeah, he's got the same name, but it's not the good East Coast Mark Wahlberg everyone wants it to be.
This is Mark J. Wahlberg, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how or if they're related, but clearly a lot of mix-up in his career, probably. He accidentally sends in the wrong headshots every time. It's weird.
That'll happen.
All right, looks like we're back here. We got Patriots first and goal, so we'll see what happens here.
Let's go.
It's worth noting that New England is favored by 4 points in Vegas right now. So,
yeah, that's the live line.
That's the live, yeah, because this was the first time that they have not been favored in 67 games. Is that right, Justin?
That's correct.
That's crazy.
You guys want to hear another wild stat?
Do I?
With a Tom Brady win today, he will tie Mark Sanchez for the same amount of playoff wins in the AFC East. The most amount. Mark Sanchez.
Run that back. Say it one more time.
So with a win today, Tom Brady he ties Mark Sanchez for road playoff wins in the AFC East. Pretty wild.
Yeah, how many road playoff wins does? I guess the Patriots are just never on the road.
Exactly.
Is that the point of it? Okay.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
That was a mind blower.
I know.
I didn't know what was happening.
Works on several different levels. Anytime you can talk about Mark Sanchez and the Jets, though, it's good stuff.
For sure. How many wins is that?
Let me see, actually. I didn't even bother to look at the number because I thought the stat was so hilarious.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Oh, J-Mac! What's going on?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Live bet everything on the Chiefs. Was that Hitchens, former Cowboy?
Oh, Anthony Hitchens?
Cowboy great?
Mark Sanchez will stand alone on that pillar for the rest of his life.
Incorrect.
Without Brady there.
My.
Game is still 7-0.
Sanchez is still the greatest. Brady's throwing picks in the end zone.
The game is 7-0 Patriots, and they're on like the 1 yard line. Or like, no, it's got a touchback, so it's like 25. Ridiculous.
Hey, Mac, don't be shaking so much. Claire, settle him down over there. My word.
I'm not shaking.
He's got an old man rock. He's got a Bobby Cox rock going on over there in his chair.
So let me ask you this. If let's say the Patriots lose, is it a hard cutoff at the end there? We don't get to see what the aftermath for Mr. McCormick?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Claire,
No.
Claire, can you go live on Facebook after he throws it?
No, this game, if the Patriots were to lose this game, I wouldn't be at all surprised. This is not going to be an easy game for either of these teams.
Yeah.
And
Should we put you on tall building watch or something? Or?
no, not yet anyway. But this is not by any means an easy game for both teams. I'll be pissed if the Patriots lose, but I mean that's that. What else is new?
You also have what, 5 championships?
Yeah, and I mean
that's your office and look at the pictures of them.
Yeah, I'm also still kind of trying to come off the high of winning the World Series this year. So I mean, I'm not too worried about it really.
Yeah, I hate you for that. All my teams just choke.
The other day, Ben and I were talking about something or another, and he was like, "Just what your ego needs is a second championship in 1 year."
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It won't be the Bruins. That's all I can say.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Vanilla Gorilla, will you introduce us to your pitbull friend?
Yes, this is Buster. I'm late on feeding him, so he's very upset.
Okay.
That'll happen.
Buster. Welcome to the family, Buster.
Thanks. I actually have 4 dogs here right now. I can introduce you to all of them since we're at commercial if you'd like.
Yep.
Riley, come here.
Do I?
Come here, Riley. This is my best friend's dog, Riley. He'll get up here. Come here. Not you, Buster.
Riley, a Chiefs fan or a Patriots fan?
You what?
Is Riley a Chiefs fan or a Patriots fan?
He is. I don't know. He's never told me. You a Chiefs fan or a Patriots fan? I don't think he knows what's happening. This is Riley.
Oh my gosh.
He's humongous.
Him. Oh.
So that's Riley. That's my best friend's dog.
What kind of dog is that?
Obnoxious dog. I think he says half German short hair, half golden retriever. So it does like that thing where they mix and they make him black. I don't question it, but I think they actually did a DNA test and it was something like that. Yeah. This is the light of my eye. Oh no, she's breaking stuff. Maybe. Come here, maybe. Come on.
Did you name Maybe after the Carly Rae Jepsen song?
No, this was after Maybe from Arrested Development. So I have
okay.
Maybe.
Nice.
This one's my princess. I found her on the side of the road.
Oh.
Buster wants attention. All right, get down, you two. And then I'll try and get Jack over here. Jack, come here. Come here, Jack. Come here. This is my best friend's other dog that I'm dog sitting for. Come here, buddy. Jack, come here. He's shy. He doesn't want to come up.
Oh. We're going to get a dog, so I like looking at dogs.
You're going to get one, Claire.
Yes.
Where's Jack?
We're going to get one whenever Justin says we can get one.
No, that's your Christmas present, and I told you we get it whenever we get back from Colorado in a couple weeks.
I know.
Claire, do you want this puppy?
Oh, look at it.
That's a good one. What's his name?
It's a Jolie, so it's a girl. She's a Maltese poodle mix.
Oh, a multi-poo. My parents just got one.
Okay, enough airtime.
Sam's burning Jason from Josh from text message via the stream right now, so he's going to be making his interest at halftime, and I can't wait.
Do you go for it? Do you go for it here? Is this 4 down territory? I think it is.
You got to get a score off here.
I mean, you got Mahomes. Just go option read and pull it. I mean, oh, come on. Andy Reid. Mike, this is why you're never going to a Super Bowl again.
I hate Andy Reid. I don't hate him. I just think he's not that great.
I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes, and you didn't put a design run in there for third and short when you're down 7-zip? Okay.
Dude, that guy looks so much like a walrus. It's unbelievable, actually.
Hey, he won the punt, kick, and pass competition.
He even has, like, the walrus whiskers on his face. I don't understand why you – doesn't make much sense to me, but –
Well, he's been doing it for, 18 years or so?
Yeah. I know, Riley.
So far, so good.
Okay, so Claire, have you heard or watched the show Dirty John?
I have heard of it, but I've not watched it. I've been watching You.
We just finished that today.
I have one episode left. But no, Dirty John, though, is that worth watching? Have you watched it?
Yeah, we blew through it. So you need to go through it, and Just Peachy needs to review that. It's only 8 episodes.
Okay.
So you can watch it. I think it was on
Bravo?
Yeah, Bravo. Yeah. So you can stream it online. And then there's a documentary on Oxygen. They did like a documentary with the real life folk.
Yeah.
And then I think ABC did a special on it too. So there's a lot of content to kind of shift through there. But from what I've read, the Bravo show was pretty spot on to what happened and what transpired between, the two folk and their kids. But I would highly recommend anyone out there to go watch that.
I will. I need to get how does your wife convince you to watch this, or do you convince her to watch it? I need to get.
So this is what happens. I have iPads with sports on them while we watch on the big screen, whatever show. So, I mean, I'm paying attention, and then if it's good, I'll end up watching it. But, I mean, and The Bachelor's just a love-hate relationship. It's just so terrible that it's great.
Yes.
So you can't put it down when Chris Harrison tells you it's going to be the most explosive season ever. I mean,
so here's my thing about it. I'd be happy to watch more of these shows and everything, but bear in mind, I don't just host one podcast. So I have to watch a lot of this stuff really, really closely to make sure that I'm keeping up with what's going on with basketball, with what's going on with football and baseball altogether. And so, so like JB, for example, like you phase off of basketball a little bit. You're more into college basketball at all. And you check out the NBA from time to time, but overall that's just not your thing. Whereas that's Josh and I's bag. And so,
right.
I'm watching a ton of stuff and I just feel like I can't, like a lot of these shows I want to make sure I'm giving my full attention to because they deserve my full attention. But if I can't do that, then why bother? That's how I look at it.
Excuses.
Yeah, that's just flat out. J-Mac, you can be editing while you watch Colton go on a one-on-one and, give out roses to girls that don't deserve them. But, it's just whatever you want to say. That's fine.
The amount of abuse I've taken here is just outrageous.
Well, yes. Everyone here is just here to give you abuse.
That's what's happening. I'm the underdog. That's,
Oh my, yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Every expert's picking you on ESPN and CBS, but the Patriots are just straight underdogs.
Dan, this week, I'm sitting there at work and I go to a meeting and JB had texted me and said something like, you Patriots fans are just, really sore about being underdogs or something to that nature. And I said, okay, so first of all, we is not correct because I never said anything about this. And then I said something else and he texted me back in all like capital letters saying like, I'm triggered basically. And I was like, buddy, you need to calm down just a little bit. I need to screen cap this whole thing and put it out there. But you were really fired up real quick. And the thing about it is, Jason's been eating salads for lunch every day. And I think there's a correlation between your noontime hunger and your anger about this Patriots thing.
There's definitely a correlation. When you have no carbs, your body just cannot get moving. And it's just brutal to be at work with minimal energy. But, you fight through it. Not all of us have been on the keto diet for like 9 years like J-Mac. But
you have to say, you going full keto or?
Oh God, no, never. But that's J-Mac sets a good example. Oh wow, what a catch!
That was beautiful.
That is the most James White. But all the Patriots fans spent all week talking about how they're underappreciated. No one's counting them out, and there's no support. While every expert's picking them, and they're only 3-point dogs on the road. Well, if you guys could have just tackled the Miami Dolphins, this game would be in Foxborough. You have no one to blame but yourself, yet you spent all week talking about how no one believes in you. You went 3-5 on the road. I can't help you there.
Again, I don't speak for the collective here. So that's a thing. But once again, think about it. Like, why, if you're the experts, which we are, why would you pick against the Patriots here? Even if you're wrong, it's still a smart pick. It works out more times than it doesn't.
I agree. So how are you I'm sorry, not you.
Yeah,
How is the Patriots as an organization selling T-shirts talking about being underdogs and talking how no one supports them?
If you're going to ask and answer your own questions, then what do you need me for?
Exactly. Thank you.
So I think, first off, money. But two, you also, after you've won, what have they won? 5 championships in 8 years? How many, what's the number?
5. Yeah. Correct.
J-Mac's got a tattoo.
5 rings.
Yeah.
Don't ask him to confirm it. You're just gonna,
Yeah, blow up his head.
There it is.
Yeah. You have to find some way to motivate yourself. like I'm a true believer in like you have to continue to like put the target on your back. You have to continue to do that. So I think that they're probably playing a little bit of that. Also, money is probably a bigger thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. They got to find some way to motivate. I mean, Brady can only take so many scrubs so far.
Right.
For sure. So before
wait, hold on. Who's the Pepsi halftime show? Is it Nicki Minaj or who is it?
I'm not actually sure.
Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy.
Isn't that the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think
that's Super Bowl. You're right. I just read it off the bottom. My fault.
Okay.
You're good.
Well, yeah, that's what I was asking. What's the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be.
I knew what he was asking.
Oh, okay.
But no mistake on my part. I knew what.
I thought you were talking about this.
I knew exactly.
The communication breakdown, always good.
I just don't want Small Boy. I'm glad that's only Big Boy. If Small Boy was on there, it'd just be,
Small Boy's a scrub.
You don't know who Big Boy is?
I only know who Small Boy is.
Better than Pill Boy.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, we are
9 minutes in. We got 3rd and short here. 4 down territory for the Patriots. Probably just see a couple runs here up the middle.
Big Boy was in Outcast, by the way, Jason.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have a hypothetical question for you guys, and I want to make sure we get this in before Josh peels off here in a little bit. So I was trying to think through hypothetical questions for us to talk about throughout this thing whenever, whenever we had like downtime and whatnot. And this one I haven't really been able to get away from. So I'm going to pose this. I want to hear everybody's answer, but I want Josh to go first. Or if you want a little bit of time to think.
Hold on. Let's wait till after 4th down.
Okay, we can do that.
Let's see what they do here.
I'm just setting it up.
Punt, then yeah, we'll go after it, but just real quick.
Tease.
Guess what's going to happen?
Oh, it's going to just be a 1st down right up the middle. We know the end. Oh, okay, Tom. Easy, Tom. Easy. That's a bold move. I figured. Oh, he's trying to get 12 men on the field. Almost.
God, I hope they fake it here just for shits and gigs. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be a Bill Belichick thing to do?
Go to the mascot right here. Mascot's wide open in the corner.
Dude, that thing was terrifying.
So wait, what's the question? So we can. Oh well, yeah, they're punting it. So what's the question, J-Mac?
Right. So the setup is this: it's the year 50 BC. Okay, you have one fully charged iPhone or Android, whichever you prefer, with one not a charger or anything like that. It's the year 50 BC, so keep that in mind as far as electricity and all that goes. But you have the full capabilities that your current phone has. Could you take over the world? And how would you become the most powerful person in the world if you were to do so?
That's an elaborate question, J-Mac.
Just saying.
It's a great question. So what were those phones that blew up? Wait, does it have to be an Android?
The Samsung phone?
I was about to do an assassination plot, baby, with the Samsung.
I've got this tiny bomb.
Nobody will see it coming. So we're full capabilities. I think you can build a nuke. Do I have unlimited amount of time? I think I can build a nuke with the resources on the internet.
Yeah,
I have full internet.
So we do have the resources of the internet, J-Mac, or what's the limitation?
You have to use your imagination a little bit here. So there's no limitation as far as what you can look up on your phone and the access of information that you can get to.
So we have 2,000 years of resources to dwell upon.
Correct. So
you're not talking within a certain amount of time. Am I immortal?
No, you're not.
God dang it.
So, but think about it. If you when wars and things like that are going to happen, but if you change the course of things, then they may not happen. So there's a lot of that aspect of this too.
Oh, yeah. You have to try to not sleep with your great-great-grandmother. Big issue.
I think
that's number one. I got to find my lineage. I got to figure out who not to sleep with, right?
Yeah, no.
Number two.
I think that's time well spent. But keep in mind, you only have one battery worth of information here. So, so you probably got to think about how you could build some sort of charger, right?
I don't know. What if I were to use like one of those brick Nokias instead? Like, could I have that and I can just, dwell upon that timeline forever? Or
I mean, yeah, that'll definitely do it because those phone batteries lasted like a week. The 8210s or whatever the hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could just play Snake for the rest of your life. Maybe you could rent it out for $50 a day to the Israelites.
Yeah, something like that. But
I think you could get Nero stuck on Snake and maybe he wouldn't kill everybody.
I think what you'd want to do there is navigate your way to America and take over America. Right? I mean, take over some land. I mean, by the time the phone dies, whatever, I'll reinvent the wheel and have my whole plot of land.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, like, so I thought about this from a lot of different angles too, and it's like one of those things where if I took like a video of somebody in Times Square in like 1920 or something, or just whenever, it doesn't really matter. If I took a video from somebody like back then and then showed them, there's a very strong chance that they could react very poorly and try to kill me because they think I'm some sort of devil or something like that. Because I mean, what is this thing? I don't know.
You'd have to play it close to the chest.
Correct.
Sure. I don't think you can let anybody know what an iPhone is.
No, I really don't think you really can't do that. I don't feel like.
So there's this guy who wears turtlenecks. His name's Steve Jobs. You just can't go down that rabbit hole. I just don't think they'd process it.
So I think some of the things that I would do is I would look back at like some of those Roman fights and things and figure out who won and try to figure out how to make some money off of that situation. Cause like you're going to need money here. Or I've also thought about like maybe, I don't know, blackmailing the king or something like that and just getting like a ransom for it. Somehow you've got to be able to like set yourself up with unlimited resources through this, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. You just travel to America, start your own life.
Yeah. There's a lot of things.
If you give me an iPhone in 1920, I could do it. 50 BC might be a little bit harder.
Yeah, 50 BC is a tough time.
Okay. We can change the hypothetical.
All right, another third down coming up for Kansas City here.
Yep. Oh God. Well, but the thing is, you do know the future in that case. Yeah,
I'm pretty positive that if you drop me into 2 years ago with all the information that I have today, I could be the ruler of the world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What a play. What a play.
What would be your first thing you would do in that case, Josh?
I mean, you can make money in so many different ways. You buy options contracts. Like if you have what's going to happen in the stock market for the next 2 years, you could be a billionaire in a month, 2 months.
That's true. That's a good point. So, yeah, I mean, no matter what you do, you have to stockpile resources like that, though, right? I mean, that's But to me, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, 2,000 years ago, resources, spices? I mean, what are we talking here?
Yeah, no, but I mean, like
long salt.
It's the long play. Oh, that was beautiful. Wow. Nice little jig he did there, too. Pretty good. But I feel like the number one priority for me is figuring out how to charge that phone, so you can continue to have access to that.
So I can continue to look at Facebook.
Yeah, well,
perfect.
Yeah,
I can't let my feed get empty.
Right? No, I gotta be able to write blogs somehow.
Yeah. My Facebook is nothing but complaining about my sports team sucking. So it'd be like, Maximus, through another sword fight. God dang it! Somebody just kill him already.
Those damn Lions keep winning.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's a good one. I'll be interested to hear what Sam and Ben Baseball have to say. It's going to be electric, I'm sure. Should be around halftime, it sounds like. Last time that Sam was on for the live show, we talked about disrupting the casket industry. So things got a little off the rails.
Did you know you can buy caskets at Costco?
Actually,
yes. I'm not kidding.
And did you know that they have no return date on them?
I was going to say, what is the return policy on that?
There's no return policy at Costco. So, I mean, 90 years later, hey, that guy's deteriorated. We're sending that back.
Has mild wear.
Grandpa now.
Oh, man.
That could really come in handy, though. If there's a horrible accident, you could save some money on your caskets.
Yeah, you could buy them in bulk.
By bulk, exactly, yeah.
Big third down here, 3rd and 9.
That's like Jonestown level of macabre right there.
Really is.
Caskets in bulk? Jeez.
Yeah, we talked about that whenever Ben was talking about digging the holes in his backyard for whatever reason. And
He got quite good at digging holes.
he dug so many holes. He really did. Sacked.
So, J-Mac, a little fun history here. The Chiefs began in the AFL called the Dallas Texans back in the 1960.
Really?
So essentially, you're playing a Dallas team here today. How does that feel?
Pretty good. Pretty
Feel
good.
all right about that?
Yeah. So far,
They won the AFL championship back in 62 and then relocated in 66.
Okay. We're going to do some documentary stuff on the history of the NFL and stuff like that this offseason. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
They're punting this?
Well, yeah. I mean,
so you're going to hit a touchback and net like 5 yards? Okay,
it was like 4th and 20, though. So, yeah.
Also, have the Chiefs been to the Super Bowl since like 68 when they lost?
That's a good question.
They were in Super Bowl 1. What's that?
You said been to. I was thinking 1. I don't know.
Let's take a
We
look.
can look it up.
I think they
I have an
lost.
iPhone here with full charge.
There you go.
Stop it.
Speaking of full charge, that dog is.
Yeah, 0 conference championships.
Hurts to miss that one.
Pretty bad.
Well, while he's looking that up, what kind of dog are y'all thinking of getting?
I don't really care, but probably a lab or a golden retriever because we want one that's a decent size. Like I like small dogs, but I want a big dog, not a big dog. Medium dog?
I want to be able to ride it.
Oh,
What the fuck do you guys do at your house?
That's just what you need, is me riding the dog around the house.
Our biggest issue is having the cat have a dog in the house. That's going to be our biggest hurdle to get over.
I'm sure the cat can ride it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that would be something. Now, you want to talk about a content gold mine. Yeah, it's like a circus type situation.
Well, was it in Fort Worth and like downtown? There was that, I don't know if it was with the homeless person, but it was a dog, and then they had the cat that was on top of it, and then a mouse that was on top of the cat.
What?
I swear I'm not making this up. There was like in downtown Fort Worth, like you'd walk around, but it was a dog, a cat, and a mouse, and they were like all on top of each other. No?
No.
Am I making that?
No. I don't know. You might be.
I swear that was a thing.
That's like the turducken of sideshows right there.
That thing is such a scam. I don't like the concept of that at all. Yeah, the turducken. It's upsetting, to say the least.
With a homeless dog, cat, mouse stack.
So, in some sports-related news, Sean Payton tells reporters he got off the phone with league officials, admitting that they blew the call. Said it was not only pass interference, but it was helmet to helmet. So it's going to be probably some long headlines for that, considering they blew 2 calls and they admitted to it. So
hey, it gives us content to talk about.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's Jared Goff and Sean McVay and their good-looking girlfriends going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of like, I don't agree. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. How do you fix that?
I think you fix it by saying plays under 2 minutes in the first half. They need to make that reviewable. They need to make pass interference reviewable. It's a quicker review than a fumble because you're looking at possession, knee down, who recovers it. Pass interference, that's 60 seconds. You can review that, see if there's a tug. I think that needs to be a challengeable play, just like a fumble. and maybe add an extra challenge. So you get 3 challenges a game, and you add PI into that mix. I don't think you need to add, a false start or offsides into a challengeable play, but pass interference is something that they clearly need to review that's affecting the outcome of these games. I mean, it's costing the Saints a trip to the Super Bowl this year.
Is targeting only reviewable if it's called on the field?
Well, that's in college. So there's no targeting in the NFL per se. There's helmet-to-helmet contact, which is a personal foul, but that's not reviewable like it is in college. So it's a little bit different of a rule, but I mean, you could probably take helmet to helmet. I mean, you feel like that's pretty easy to see, right? I mean, how do you really miss that? You can hear it if you're right in front of it, like that referee was. I mean, it seems pretty tough for them to completely blow that overall, but
sure.
I think there needs to be a discussion in the offseason about at least a challengeable offense or a review upstairs where they come down and say, hey, we're going to review if that was pass interference. Because, I mean, you don't know how they missed that, but
it's just happening so often.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just the longevity of the game that it takes on them, the pressure of the situation, but I mean, that play was so obvious. And so many times you see pass interference flags thrown from across the field where you kind of just wonder, what the heck? How did both referees really miss that? But
yeah, that'll happen.
That's some conspiracy theories for Netflix to figure out for us.
Or for us to write about this year.
True.
It's the new Netflix series called Making a Penalty.
There we go. Love it.
Or the Sensibly Loud series. We'll just produce our own. Definitely.
All right, so we're in commercial here. J-Mac or anyone can really take this. What's the greatest sports video game of all time? I mean, through all the consoles. I mean, you can go back to Super Nintendo, N64. Was there anything in particular that you guys said, hey, growing up, hey, that was it? NFL Blitz was certainly a nice one. Obviously Madden's kind of a cop-out, but maybe some of those veteran games that were you just couldn't put down as a kid?
NBA Street's an obvious one.
NBA Streets, yes.
It was incredible.
Oh, man. You playing for the chains, the better T-shirts.
The Kobe hair.
Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, Stephon, that's right, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, and I mean, the electric football games, those were that was something else.
Does like Tony Hawk count? Because that was an awesome like the Pro Skater series were amazing.
Oh, Pro Skater series, yeah, that was always on top of its game, that's for sure.
They actually have Tony Hawk mobile game now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was making the rounds about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, talking about on all the shows or whatever, talking about that new game. I wish they would have put that on like the Switch or PlayStation, just anything but mobile phone. I don't really like playing games on my phone necessarily.
Well, I mean, did you ever play Tecmo Bowl back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, classic.
What about you, Dan?
Well, NFL Blitz was definitely mentioned. That's got some play in my household. But I think I really enjoyed, and Baseball Ben will back me up on this, NFL Quarterback Club.
Ooh.
What's that?
What system was that on?
We had it for the 64. But I think it was cross-platform before the Madden series really took off.
Yeah.
It's Quarterback Club, then Madden. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I remember this game vaguely. NFL Blitz was amazing.
Yes. I also say NBA Jams that you could go to the arcade and play.
Yes.
Several bar arcades now. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I have that on the N64, and I got to say, I still can't figure out how to dominate it, but there's some people who just, you play them, they're unstoppable. NBA Jams is a tough game to master, but once you do.
Josh, where do you weigh in on this?
NCAA 14.
Ooh, last one, right?
It was the last one they ever made. And it's one of those ones where my buddy still has it on his Xbox, just like his original Xbox 360. That wasn't actually the original, but Xbox 360. And every year when Oklahoma loses to whoever they lose to in the playoffs, we go over and play an entire season as Oklahoma and cry through our season.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you the secret on that game. You play as East Carolina University, they had a running back that moved to defensive tackle his senior year. Name was Jimmy Booth. So they're rated terribly, but you take this D tackle, move him back to running back and the in play, and you have like a 99 overall running back who's like 300 pounds and 90 speed. And it is the most unfair advantage that you can play with is Jimmy Booth with East Carolina. I'm telling you, you play with East Carolina? Oh, just wait for Jimmy Booth to come out.
Pal.
It's a ringer.
Too many hours on that game, but Jimmy Booth, man, that's the secret calling card.
Buddy, that sure sounds like it.
How did you find that out?
Too many hours of playing it, and I got to be honest, I don't remember when exactly I found it out, but ever since it's a fight now between a couple of my buddies and I on who can play with East Carolina.
Yeah.
You can't stop a 300-pound running back with 90 speed. You just can't.
Yeah, and once word gets out, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's just one of those unthinkable. Then you export that draft class to Madden back then. Oh, man, Jimmy Booth and Madden. That was good times.
God, whose team would you put him on in Madden?
I mean, anyone.
It doesn't really matter, yeah. But who is your go-to team to do that, I mean?
Yeah. Well, are we at the – so we're at the timeout here. Is
Yep.
it going to third down or is it fourth down?
We should be getting back here in just a second to close out this half, I would think.
Oh, yeah, 3rd and 4. They'll probably just run it, see if they pick it up. If not, run it out.
Good first half so far, guys.
Random question.
Yep.
Did any of y'all play football or no? Just like
I
watch.
did, yeah.
Like
In Texas?
I was at the time I went to high school in Minnesota.
Okay.
Terrifying.
so just high school or like elementary, middle, high school?
Yeah, I played high school.
Not an elementary school guy?
Nope.
All right.
I played until 9th grade when I quit to focus on basketball.
Shocking.
But I kind of wish I would have stuck with it.
Do you? Basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I finished high school at 6'4", 200 pounds, and I just wonder what I could have been as like playing football, you know?
And 21 years old.
Basketball. Yeah, 21 years old after my few failings. So I just kind of wonder what I could have been playing football, but you know, I don't envy CTE, so that's nice.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a plus.
Yeah,
definitely don't want any permanent brain damage.
Sure.
Let's go.
Well,
go.
It seems like this. Go, James White. Props.
Go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
It seems like what I've seen now. I spent a brief stint at a YMCA as a sports director, and what the kids are doing now is in elementary and middle school, it's just flag football, kind of pass skelly 7-on-7, and they're not really doing pads until maybe 8th grade or even high school at 9th. Yeah. So it seems like what they're trying to do is prevent the kids now from, the contact early on until high school. So I think that's what you've seen more of the development of the football at the younger age, which is great. I mean, you certainly don't want anyone injured, and before that age, it's probably kind of hard for these kids to consistently know to, hit what they see. So I think it's probably the right move to go towards more of the flag football till they get to the older age groups.
You definitely don't want the hits to the head whenever they're younger. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. At the same time, whenever they're younger, they don't really have enough mass to hurt anybody, Whenever you get into high school is when you can start hurting people and you're flying fast enough.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. Probably takes less than you'd think with all that.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Well, believe it or not, I do not have an athletic bone in my body and did not play football.
You didn't pull your own shoulder out of socket by trying to pick up a piece of paper off the ground, did you?
I did not. Who did?
Ben did.
Was that Ben?
That's right. We shouldn't make fun of him since he's not here, but we will.
Oh, no. He has absolutely been very open about that one. He's told that story numerous times. Good times.
I mean, does that count for workers' comp?
Not with our company, it doesn't.
Okay, we won't say which one, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that was a great story. That was like right when we started the baseball show, so that was like one of the first things he told about himself, and I was like, man, come on, give yourself a little more credit than that. Good times though. He is competitive. I'll give him that. He may not succeed, but he's absolutely going to try.
He is very competitive. Can confirm.
Yes. Can't wait to be. We're going to start filming commercials here pretty soon for the outfielder, and I can't wait to see how that plays out with whatever he's going to do. He's kind of in the midst of writing his own part. So,
is it going to be like the Cousin Sal? The commercials they did on that, or not Cousin Sal. The spinoff show from Breaking Bad.
Oh, Better Call Saul. Yeah,
Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
Cousin Sal.
Hey,
very close. It's gonna some cheap lawyer type commercials, Yeah.
Some like iPhone 10 type quality commercials.
Correct. Very rudimentary, rudimentary type things. Yes.
Okay. Oh, here we go. James White handoff.
Let's go. The old level hesitation. I like it.
How comfortable do you feel with Gostkowski shanking this like he's done the whole year?
I'm not too worried about it, but I do think he's going to be out of here at the end of the year.
And then somehow the Patriots will draft a kicker in the 6th round and be another Hall of Fame kicker.
Better than the Bucks drafting a kicker in the 2nd round and cutting him a year later.
In hindsight, how bad is it that they let Vinatieri go all those years ago?
Oh, really bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. Was that like the Mike Allstott days and stuff like that?
Yeah, because they told Vinatieri, pack your shit, we're not paying you any money. And then they franchise tagged Gostkowski 2 straight years and gave him a big extension. So, at some point, Bill realized that a kicker does matter.
Yeah, some point. I can't really question any roster moves that he's made, though.
Yeah, because they won like $1 million.
Let's go. Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
Ooh.
Wow. What a catch.
Dorsett, my boy.
There's 27 seconds and 2 timeouts. Let's see what the Chiefs can do.
Let's go. Brady can still put the ball exactly where he wants it when he wants to.
Did they not throw PI on that though? Because that was PI.
Absolutely pass interference.
Did they get a meeting together like, hey guys, we're not calling pass interference this evening. Screw it.
They clearly did during the Saints game.
Oh, that just snuck in there though.
Yep. Pretty good.
So what's the thoughts of these State Farm commercials? Have they worn out Aaron Rodgers and all this? Because it kind of seems like an old act to this point.
Him, Chris Paul, all of those. DeAndre too, all those were terrible.
Well, wherever DeAndre goes, it just becomes
We're a pretty known anti-Chris Paul podcast though on the break.
I'm certainly not a Chris Paul fan. I'm not a fan of anyone. Also, not a fan of the Houston Rockets giving him a 5-year max deal at his age. But hey, you guys do you.
Well, the problem was that he didn't he's the head of the players union, so
right.
he couldn't advocate for super max deals and then not take it himself. But the Houston Rockets ended up to pay it.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know that he's worth a max deal at this point in his career.
He's not. He's absolutely not. Josh would agree with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Some team is going to give it to him out there. So they kind of had to if they wanted to retain him. And I think they really did want to retain him because they were so close. It's one of those – there are so many bad signs around the league just because you want to retain these players that are really good players for you. They're not max contract guys, but you know that if they go somewhere else, someone else is going to give them a max contract. So there's a lot of bad contracts out there. Chandler Parsons was one of those. And it's going to continue.
Chandler Parsons just brings a lot to your economy and how much he spends at local bars. So.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of those out there. I think we're going to see less and less of them because people are realizing you can build through the draft and you can build through like the Celtics did or like the Sixers did. But right now there are a lot out there. Mike Connolly probably doesn't deserve the contract. He had the richest contract of all time when he signed it,
Yeah, but that was when the Grizzlies weren't terrible too.
Sure, but he didn't deserve the richest contract of all time.
Oh, Mahomes! Whew.
I'm behind you guys.
We got to make sure we talk about the Brady snot rockets here in a little bit because those were disgusting.
That was disgusting.
That was absolutely awful.
Dude, I am a fan of a man who can do a snot rocket on national television, baby. I will take that. Try to say that he's a prima donna.
He's married to
doing snot rockets out there, baby.
Yeah, he's married to Giselle. He doesn't care. He's trying to impress.
I bet she cares.
Probably.
She really likes it.
Probably. Pretty good. Good stuff. Well, Sam should be here in a little bit, and I think Ben will be here in a little while, and everything. Good first half, guys. Not too bad. Kind of quiet from the Chiefs overall. Still fun, though.
Oh, yeah. Fun when you're up 14 rip.
Pretty good.
30 more minutes left to play.
The rage on Twitter is real right now, Jason.
I'm not going to check the tweeter. I'll just let it be. The Chiefs are going to complete this comeback. We'll be fine. Barstool Sports will shut down afterwards.
Never.
Well, to quote one of my tattoo artists, there's always time to mess it up.
Well said.
I did edit that. It was actually slightly more not safe for work. So
that's fine. Works out fine. Oh, man.
So I like the his and hers microphone package. Speaking of Costco, was there a deal or?
Oh, no. So I have Brandon has the same set of mics on the way, actually. They're just Behringer mics that we got not too long ago, so we needed some extra ones.
It's a nice plug.
Worked out that way. Yeah, no, we use Behringer everything, so free ads. That's 2 free ads we've given throughout this live broadcast so far.
So it's Temptation Island and Behringer.
No, wasn't there one more? Oh, no, it's just Temptation Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you going to watch that?
Apparently, I should.
It feels like it's something you have to get into.
Yeah. He said there's only been 1 episode so far, so.
Okay. Oh, hell! It's the great
going?
Sambino.
Good first half.
What shirt do you have on right now?
This says Surf Zegama Beach.
It doesn't say anything. You have to read it.
Exactly. Sam, this is Ben's brother, Dan. You haven't gotten to and then Jason will be back in a minute.
Dan, you look just like Ben. I was like, who the hell is this guy looking like?
Who would have thought?
That was the first thing that I thought whenever I met you, too, because Ben didn't tell me that he had a twin, and then you showed up one day, and it scared the hell out of me.
I am the best-kept secret at that company.
Yes, indeed. At all companies, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, Sam, it's a pleasure to meet you in such a way. You've done so much to chirp me on the baseball podcast, so thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I did. It took me many episodes to realize that you were related to Ben and not just a listener. You're like the listener.
Yeah, who's this Rube in Minnesota who keeps tuning in? And
no, but the best part is you check us for accuracy, which is absolutely fantastic. Like, we want to be accurate, so it's we're probably gonna have to have some sort of correction type corner, but at the same time, like, I don't know, that's a lot of admitting being wrong, and that's.
You could call it the booth review.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, these are just ideas we're kicking around. I'm pretty excited, though. This is really lame, but we are so going into the second season of The Outfielder. Sam started the piece of shit corner. I'm going to go back and catalog all the pieces of shit this week, so we don't do duplicates anymore. And I can't wait to go back and see what all we put in there, because I know the concept of time was in there at one point.
It was like A+ #1 piece of shit.
Yes, like that. I don't think I've ever seen someone get so royally screwed as you did in that situation. But there's a lot of good stuff in there, so I can't wait to go back and do that in the next couple of days. So
yeah, we might have to dial it back in season 2. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, 4 is a lot every time.
It needs a little pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But 4 is definitely a lot every week to come up with. We can usually do that because we're pretty negative people overall, but
it's not that hard.
No, it's really not. Yeah, hell of a first half, though.
The Patriots look really good, and Kansas City looks really bad.
They look flat, for sure.
They're the numbers.
Jason's been trying to chirp me on this. It's not really coming across quite effectively enough.
Can you explain what that means, that word that you said at least once? Shirt?
No, chirp.
Chirp.
Oh, chirp.
Yeah.
Chirp.
What did you think? I heard some sort of
I heard CHIRT. Like,
shirt.
Like it's a rebuttal or something. I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
No, throwing shade.
I love it.
Love it.
Pretty good. See, these are the things that we hammer out on air. It's great. Let's see. What do we have for numbers here?
They're showing that PI call. I didn't actually watch the second half of that game, so I'm glad that they just replayed it. That was pretty flagrant.
That was bad, yeah.
So Tom Brady's 12 for 17, 146 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Let's see. Mahomes is 4 for 8, 65 yards, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions. So not quite comparable yet. There was one point where the Patriots had let's see. They had 127 passing yards or something like that, and Kansas City had -2.
Ugh.
Not a great look.
I like Kansas City. I'm rooting for Kansas City, and I don't think they're going to win.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Josh is pulling for the upset too here, though. So
Pulling for the upset, baby. I want 2 upsets.
Is it really an upset?
I guess it's not technically an upset because they're favored, but
right, yeah.
I want 2 young guns in the Super Bowl. Is what I want to see.
I want a rematch of that Thursday night game. It was just a shootout. It was crazy.
That was wild.
Or was it Monday? I don't recall.
Monday night.
Great game. Best game of the season.
Sam, Sam.
What's up?
JB.
Hello. How we doing?
Pretty good.
Okay, so J-Mac, I know we've talked a little bit about this. We got maybe some more voices here, but maybe what's the maybe most underrated or best sports movie of you go generation or 20th century. I mean, where do you want to go with that?
We talk about Bull Durham a lot on the outfielder, but
right. So I mean that's an easy one. So I'm saying maybe outside of Bull Durham, where would you go?
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Miracle.
Oh, Miracle!
That's a good one.
I like that.
Which one was Miracle?
Oh my!
U.S. hockey.
Oh yeah.
Remember this one?
Who cares about hockey?
Tonight, boys. Tonight, we hit harder.
Tonight, boys.
Tonight, we hit harder than because we can.
9 games out of 10, they're gonna beat us, but this game is ours.
Not tonight. Tonight is our night.
There it is. I'm just saying, it's -2 outside, -2 degrees outside right now, and that's where we're going. Miracle. That's true. Yeah, fair. What about Goon?
Oh, Goon! Have you seen Goon 2?
No, I saw it was on Netflix. Did not watch it.
You have to. Well, first of all, you got to rewatch Goon 1 to establish the greatness, and then move to Goon 2.
Sounds like a good evening.
I love how
it's a great evening. Just do some Edward 40 hands with it, and you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Don't worry about it.
Amazing. Well, Josh, I think is gonna slip out. Josh, thank you for joining us for the first half of the roundtable.
Hey, it's been great. Thanks, guys.
Yep, we'll see you next time, buddy.
Josh.
Bye.
Bye, Josh.
The Goon talk threw him off.
That'll happen.
That'll definitely happen. I would say, boy, there's so many good ones. So, I feel like Caddyshack's got to be up there.
Oh, Caddyshack. That's a good reference there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I guess that's just not generally what you would lump into that sports.
Correct. Yeah. So that's where I have a little bit of an issue with it. But I mean, that's just a classic no matter
Actually, in the same vein, I will recommend that we talk about basketball.
Yes.
Ooh, basketball.
Where the Mighty Mighty Bosstones play at the end of every inning. What's better than that?
So great. We need to do a mashup pod where we do it for the outfielder and on the break. And we just need to watch basketball and just review it. I think that'd be great.
I would love to build out the rule book beyond what they tell us about in the movie.
Ooh, that's another initiative we'll take on this year. That's a great idea. We should definitely do that. But I think the other one that pops into my head, so I mean, that's Caddyshack is sort of, tangential, if you will, but I would say that Remember the Titans is pretty damn good, but it's overplayed like hell. It's the only problem. Hoosiers, yeah, that's good. Yep. Sandlot, yeah, that's a classic.
Sandlot, and I also like A League of Their Own is another one of mine.
There you go.
That's a
very
classic.
2019 of us to all like that. Yeah, very 2019.
I've always loved
I'll also say
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter's good.
Hardball. Keanu Reeves before The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Replacement Keanu Reeves.
Oh, there we go. Keanu Reeves again, man. Is he just a natural sports movie guy?
I think it's like Tin Cup living in the same universe as Bull Durham. They're just like a crossover. Quick crossover.
There you go.
Does Major League work its way in here at all?
Yeah.
has
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Bloodsport?
Rollerball?
Rollerball.
Bad
How
news.
do we classify sport? I mean, The Running Man could be a sports movie.
I mean, we could also rope like The Ringer into it if we really wanted to. So I mean, however we want to go with that. The Space Jam count? Because that's definitely
Absolutely.
Space
Little
Jam.
Giants? Come on.
Ooh, yeah, Rick Moranis. That's a great movie.
Well, I mean, Die Hard already won the best Christmas movie of all time. Can we just throw it into sports? Because the guy was watching a football game at one point during the movie. So
True. What about Cool Runnings? That's a classic.
well, that is not a sports movie. That's what you watch when your teacher was out and the substitute had nothing else to do.
How do you feel like that's not a sports movie?
It's just not. I just can't. No. You had what was his name? John
Candy.
John Candy?
Don't you dare come on these airwaves and disrespect John Candy. I'm not.
I'm saying that he's a comedian. He's not a sports movie guy. He's a great comedian.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he was the coach.
And a damn good one at that.
I think by that logic, we have to eliminate D2 because of Emilio Estevez.
Whoa.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
sir.
No, I'm saying that to make a point that you're wrong.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well,
It's very
we'll
much
just backtrack real quick here.
That went sailing right over everybody else's heads.
that's my fault.
That's okay. One of the Disney type sports movies that I can't stand just because it's like 17 years long is The Rookie. That's Dennis Quaid for you.
Oh, if you want to go into Disney movies, we got Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Oh, yeah. And then Brink, the skateboarding movie.
Okay.
So there's plenty of Disney movies to get into. Yeah.
Brink was fantastic. I'm just going to say that. I live in that with Brink.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off right there for the fans. Wow. Look at that. Wow. What a guy. Eddie!
You had that one locked and loaded. I love it.
Oh, you have to sometimes.
Just going to say, Team Up and Suds for the win.
What's Sam?
I said, is that a real movie?
Jason, you would have felt it?
I don't know. We'll have to watch it as a team and I'll review it individually.
Yeah, and report back. Okay.
Yeah.
Dodgeball's a classic.
Ooh. Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Dodgeball falls into the activity category in my mind.
Was it just me? Was that a pretty quick halftime?
It's on ESPN the Ocho, though.
That's okay. Yeah, fair. And they're playing it competitively and they sweat. So there you go.
Correct. Pretty good.
I'm just going to share this one for the good of the cause. What about the Mighty Ducks?
Oh, there you go. Why did he go with a slap shot on a penalty shot? That's the only question I got.
That's fair. My favorite thing about the Mighty Ducks is, if you know anything about hockey, there are no penalties in the entire film. Offsides isn't a thing.
Nope.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
These next gen stats are garbage. What the fuck?
Is anyone friends with Evan Washburn? He just looks like a guy that doesn't have a lot of friends. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying he just doesn't look like a guy that people generally want to hang out with. Yeah, it's like no one on the sideline even wants to hang out with him. Oh, what was the ball guy doing there? Running on the field? Was he deflating footballs, J-Mac? Oh, he left us. Okay. All right. Claire scared him off. It's okay.
I did.
Fine. That's valid. Oh, now we go to Tracy Wolfson on the other side. Okay. Well, Andy Reid, what can he do here to turn it around? Patrick Mahomes.
I asked this because I don't know, but is Patrick Mahomes someone people like or don't like? They like him, right?
Right. Yeah. Big name, second year in the league out of Texas Tech. He talks like Kermit the Frog. That's kind of the joke around Patrick Mahomes, as he sounds like Kermit the Frog. But I'd say generally around the league, he's kind of that bandwagon guy that folks get behind, young kid, exciting, good success. So I'm not sure the ladies like him, but certainly the, middle schoolers buying jerseys do.
I would say he had a polarizing moment with the nation where he told everyone that he puts ketchup on his steak, and then people were immediately disgusted.
Oh,
they really were. That was such an outrage.
Up. There we go. Here we go.
Wow.
That was a beautiful thrown ball.
J-Mac, this is my problem with Gilmore. He plays 90% of the game, and then 10% he just takes off. And he took that play off.
It's like the Fletcher Cox thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. And there's just points in the game where he says, oh, 3rd and short, they're going to run it. They're not going to throw at me. And then the play breaks down, and he's like, oh, shit. So, I mean,
they're throwing at me.
Right. Oh.
It's going to stop here.
Oh, Kelsey, touchdown. Easy.
You're a little bit ahead of us, I think.
Well, we can catch up now because.
Yeah, we'll reset here in just a second.
Yeah, he was the only one that was behind. Sorry, I just caught up because we bounced out there.
Let's see here.
Do you need it?
Here, go live, J-Mac, and then we'll say when we're going to see the extra point.
Yeah, we'll pause at the kick. So pause it right when he kicks the ball.
Okay, I'm at 10 on the play clock. 9, 8, 7.
Oh yeah, you're barely ahead now.
Okay, so we're around the same place.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we got more dogs on here. Claire.
Oh,
there's so many dogs here for Claire.
This is Wallace. He wanted to be a part of this.
Oh.
Don't forget to say when to go.
Oh, I'm gone. I'm in commercial.
No worries.
Oh, should I fast forward?
Yeah.
Just go live.
Catch up to live and let's everybody hit play whenever the kickoff happens. Whenever he hits the ball with his foot, that's when everybody hits play. Got it?
Look at the puppy.
I know.
Both
adorable.
Puppies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dan, how big is he?
He is 42 pounds.
Okay, so medium.
Good dog.
Oh.
He's a rescued pit bull from the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
And he has... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't he named after the street corner you found him on or something like that?
Yes, he was found on the corner of 67th and Wallace.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Wallace,
cute.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't plug that he has an Instagram, which you can tweet me for, and I'll get you.
Perfect.
Oh.
I also didn't even think about the fact that probably made you sound like you occupy a street corner. So my apologies.
Actually, it is where he was rescued was 4 blocks from that serial killer during the World's Fair in 1893. So there you go. Yeah, H.H.H. Holmes.
It's a lot of H's.
Triple H.
I feel like Brandon is the guy that you want around for your like trivia team. I feel like Brandon just has a lot of information that most people don't. Is that safe to say?
You mean Dan?
No, Brandon.
Oh, Brandon? Yeah. I mean, Brandon too. Brandon, have we ever done trivia? I don't know that we ever have.
We need to have a Sensibly Loud Media trivia night.
Oh, God.
We need to go to Flips out there in Grapevine.
Flips in Grapevine.
Shameless plug. We'll see Brent out there, and his team.
We'll let Ben. No, we just do it here. We'll write our own questions. It'll be a blast.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess we could do that.
Ben's a good host.
Justin's not. J-Mac's not willing to fund a team outing.
No, not with the way things have been going lately.
Yeah, what's our team outing budget, J-Mac?
Start making some more money, and then we'll talk about the team budget.
What? Our CEI was over 73 last quarter. This is crazy.
Come on. Oh man. Okay, so we're not too.
Whoa. Oh
what?
no.
Oh boy. We're not too far from the kick, which we will pause right when he hits the ball.
Oh.
Do we have Oreo Man himself live?
Sure. That's true. We do. We've been playing a new game on the on Sensibly Loud Radio called Under the Gun, where all of a sudden we'll just drop 20 seconds of time, ticking, and Brandon will ask some random ass question to somebody.
That's awesome.
Great. Yeah, it's been a blast so far. Except for last week, whenever they asked me to name 5 Danny DeVito movies in like 10 seconds.
Wait, he's in movies? Yeah, he does other things than Always Sunny? Okay. All right.
He used to.
All I could think about was him naked coming out of that couch, and it just absolutely
easy there.
Okay, we're gonna pause at the hike of the ball.
On the first down?
Yep.
Here.
Oh well, I'm just okay.
How far are you past that?
I just watched the play get completed.
My favorite part is all of us trying to sync our televisions.
I know, we all really suck at it.
Yeah, if only we had a team budget where we could all be in like one place. Jeez.
A little easier said than done.
I'll fly to Texas, sure.
Yeah, we'll expense that. Put it on the American Express.
Yeah. Charge it to the intern account.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get the interns are just sucking up the budget. They just buy all these energy drinks every day. It's ridiculous.
Pausing at the hike of the second down. Now. Let me know when everybody gets there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I think you're the one that's furthest behind that streams.
Un momento.
Sam's wait.
All right, we're good.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. That is the one inconvenient part of how everybody consumes it a little bit differently is, not all being on the same page.
Yep. Oh, I have mine tuned in on the Amazon robot.
Hey, there you go.
Westwood One radio broadcast.
Another plug.
There it is.
Where'd been baseball? In his coffee. No, so I think Sam taught us about this. So Sam, isn't it that he shouldn't have drank the coffee with the Oreos? Because we have a debate here about this.
Yeah, it's an appetite suppressant. So if you want to eat more, you don't drink coffee.
But I think that there was because we were talking about how. Because what were you saying, Dan? You were saying that it like wettens them down, so it makes them easier to eat, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if you've ever dipped, Sam, you weren't here for this, but if you dip an Oreo in a cup of coffee, it disintegrates immediately. I think that the coffee would help.
That's probably not good.
I don't think eating 27 Oreos in 6 minutes is good, but here we are.
That's a good point. That's the only reason I decided against it whenever I was going to backdoor just beat his record into the ground. So I was just impressed that he did it at like 7 o'clock in the morning, though.
What a way to end your day.
Before it even gets started, really.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, nice. Let's go. Their two-headed beast that is their backfield is ridiculous.
Who gets tomorrow off?
I do.
Yes.
Even though I'm going to be working on Sensibly Loud stuff all day. Woohoo.
I am off, but I'm going in anyway because that's the way it goes.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Dan,
wait, J-Mac, are you off tomorrow?
Yep.
Is that paid off or do you have to take it?
It's always paid, pal.
I question that, but okay.
Is the market open?
No. All right, 4th and 6. Yeah, going along pretty nicely.
Always time to mess it up.
I got a question that someone watching on air has.
Okay.
which Cuban Gooding Jr. sports movie is the best one? Jerry Maguire, Radio, or Snow Dogs? Which one of those three?
I've never seen Snow Dogs, I don't think.
Well, Snow Dogs is more of a feel-good story. I'd definitely say Jerry Maguire is certainly the best.
It's up there.
I mean, Cuban Gooding Jr. in general is not my favorite actor, but him playing a star wide receiver certainly. But radio's good too, man. Him walking around the park with his radios, that's good.
Every time I think about a good Cuba Gooding Jr. movie, the best movie that he was in by far is the one he's in with De Niro when he goes to diving school and all that.
Have y'all mentioned Pearl Harbor?
It's A Few Good, or Men of Honor.
Men of Honor. I wanted to say A Few Good Men, but I knew that wasn't right.
Oh, they're boxing, sir.
What a stretch.
Yes.
Oh, Ben's got his dog,
That's
too.
a great call.
Ben's
I
got
thought we were talking about Snow Dogs.
Yes.
Snow Dogs is a great movie if you have not watched it. Great love story. I mean, what was he? What was he, like a dentist in that movie?
Yes.
And then he goes to like Alaska and wins a dog race that he set in like an Eskimo hut for and survived. I don't even know. Fantastic movie for everyone.
I think they do have teeth in Alaska, so. So a few minutes ago, what was this? It sounded like people were chirping about Oreos. Did I miss something?
We were just discussing your tactics of eating the Oreos with the coffee and the water and all that. We've talked about this. The one question I do have for you that was brought up while you were, I don't know if you heard this or not on the live stream before you got here. Is it true that you don't chew your food?
I do. Justin, how many meals have I had with you?
I don't know. I don't watch you eat.
Oh, Ben Baseball's here.
Hi, Justin Dan.
How's it going?
By the way, Sam, see, he does exist. I didn't make up having a twin.
Proof positive.
Yes.
And confirmed.
It's a very well-paid actor. No, I definitely chew my food. It's just maybe not as much as other people or the medical community would prefer. That's where you got that mark of me saying, quote, I just unhinged my jaw like a boa constrictor, unquote.
That was me the whole time.
Yep.
Nice and planted. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't really mean for you to have to defend yourself like right out of the gate, but here we are.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well,
Hey, how about those Rams?
Yeah, that's a wild scene. I'm shocked. Actually, I'm not shocked, given that the Rams, the refs certainly seem to want the Rams to win that game.
Hey, I told you when we were sound checking this afternoon, I said, "Go Rams."
Okay.
That wasn't recorded. We can't prove this.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm selective about the recordings in this office.
Can I answer one of the questions that was posed to the group before I got on?
Yes. Was this about the iPhone and everything?
No, sports video games.
Okay. Oh, yes. Definitely want to hear this.
So some really great answers came out of the group. I have 2 nominations, and one of them is questionable because I don't think it qualifies as a sport. The first that doesn't qualify as a sport is a game called Road Rash. Anybody?
I feel like I've heard of that before.
Is that an STD or a video game?
That is, I don't know the slang terms for all the diseases out there any longer. But it's definitely a video game. You're on motorbikes and you're racing, but you're also hitting the opponents with chains and boards and such.
Like a poor man's Twisted Metal.
Yeah, sure. And then Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. That's like a slam dunk.
Oh, Ken Griffey. Good call there.
Yep.
Also, Sam, Ken Griffey Baseball is a slam dunk and not a home run. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I guess my
not sharp on his game right now.
I haven't recorded in a while.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
he's just trying to watch a game, Dan.
Ben, where's your head at on this?
Sports video games.
Yeah.
Biased. I loved the NFL quarterback clubs growing up, but that was probably because it had Brett Favre on the cover.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Sport, but not really sport. Kind of sport. N64 and a badass game called Snowboard Kids that we wore the hell out on.
Oh, Claire's freaking out.
You know what that is? I've
Yes.
talked about that with Justin pretty much nonstop.
Yeah, no, we've talked about that 100 times. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, Snowboard
so
Kids. And then there
excited.
was the sequel, Snowboard Kids 2, which was just as good.
Actually, I'm going to add on to this. Say Snowboard Kids 2 was better.
Really? What was the
Yes.
difference? What's the difference?
More characters, more weapons, more tricks. I mean, everything you want from a snowboard game.
The real answer is the first one was normally rented from Blockbuster, so we just have to settle for the second one.
How is it that every time you come on one of these shows, we end up talking about Blockbuster? It happens every time.
Because while he hasn't worked there since 2009, he's still getting paid.
Ben, are you still a shareholder? Is that why we're talking about it?
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Well, a good point. Backyard Baseball was
Oh,
certainly an underrated game on many platforms. You know, the Nintendo, I think he had PlayStation, the Game Boy. I mean, Backyard Baseball, man. Pablo.
We also talked about Tony Hawk as well. That's 10 years old, but still
Yep.
relevant.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
I want to say it depends on the game.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I can say this, that Ben was always player one or Mario or top screen when it was split screen, and I was always player two. So
Okay.
I do remember, though, in like freshman year or sophomore year maybe of college, we'd steal dad's brandy and play like Mario Golf, and loser had to take shots of brandy.
I mean, really, the winner got to take shots of brandy is what it was. Yeah, Mario Golf is a fantastic game. How did that not make the list?
Mario Golf was an incredible game.
And tennis on the N64, Mario Tennis also ranks highly.
Indeed.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Baseball, why don't you tell them all about your Mario Strikers?
Oh my God. Ben.
Okay, so I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to let J-Mac say something. God, he can't even sit up right now. Super Mario Strikers, for those that don't know, is a GameCube game that was, it's basically Mario Soccer, right? Except everything is either really fast and really stupidly slow at the same time. And like the entire point is to just check people into the boards like it's hockey, and the fences are electrified.
Shout out.
I think Justin had the most wheels off story we've heard where someone was playing Super. Oh,
Well, yeah. So I'll tell you how I came across this. So this game is just absolutely bananas. Ben told me about this like 3 or 4 years ago, and then I finally like saw it because I'd never even heard of this game before. And I mean, it's just like the zaniness that is Mario, just with soccer. And like Ben said, it has the most ridiculous shit happen. And so I was browsing Reddit one day and just going through different things, and there was a thread on Ask Reddit that was talking about what's the most infuriated you've ever seen someone playing a video game. And so I'm reading through all these, stories, and they're all kind of just like, throwing the controller through the TV and all this stuff. This one dude posted a story that literally made me fall out of my chair. And like, I couldn't even breathe. I was laughing so hard. And I finally came over and told Ben, and I couldn't even get through the story when I was telling Ben. And he was just like, what? Like, what's going on? Apparently, there was this guy told the story. They were in college, and he was playing with his roommate, and he was up 4-0 with like a minute left. And somehow or another, this dude that told the story came back and scored like 5 goals in a row and beat him like at the very, very last second. And this dude just stood up, screamed, threw his controller right into the wall, walked over to the GameCube, dropped his pants, and took a dump right on top of the GameCube.
Oh my God.
I was losing it. And it just, because Ben had been telling me about Strikers for so long, I was like, oh my God, it all fit too perfectly. But it was one of the better like freakouts I've ever heard of.
I thought you were going to come back and say that Ben wrote that.
No.
It's like, oh my God.
So, but here's the thing. That could have happened in my apartment. Like, once again, toxic masculinity ruins the party.
I will say, how many noise complaints did you have filed with the police department for strikers parties?
At least one.
Oh man, but yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a little while until every time strikers comes up, that's the first thing that comes to mind is that damn story. Oh man, good stuff. It always goes that direction whenever we're on here. Hey, Sam, last time we were on, we were during the World Series live watch party, which ended up being on our podcast, but live nonetheless. What was the situation with disrupting the casket industry? So I know someone was leaving work to do that, but what were they going to design or whatever? Was it like discount caskets or something?
It was eco caskets.
Oh, that's right.
Their four-liner was, give me a second, catalyzing stewardship in death care or something like that. Catalyzing environmental stewardship in death care. Go to heck.
What the hell?
So did they just want the caskets to be like biodegradable? Because I feel like any casket I made would be biodegradable.
I mean, that seems like it makes sense, right?
Yeah, I didn't dig too deep on that one there, Ben.
You didn't dig too deep?
No pun intended.
Very much pun intended.
Sam, how was Napa?
Napa, okay, so yeah, for those who don't know, I had my work like all hands meeting at the start of the year. It was in Napa. It was fine. Basically got locked in a conference room for 8 hours a day, and then they let us out at night. So when I was in Napa, it was pitch black and raining a ton. So like we didn't really go anywhere. It might as well have been in Madison, Wisconsin. In fact, I'm not actually convinced I was in Napa because I never got to see it.
It's easy to get those two confused.
So it was less pleasant than when we went last time with Claire and Stephanie, because it was like 1 billion degrees outside at that point.
I'd take the hot and sunny and at wineries than cold, rainy inside, no wine.
Yeah. It feels like you really went to Madison. It doesn't really feel like you went to California the more that you described.
That's kind of why I use it as an example. It was not pleasant to not stand in Napa.
When was the last time anyone was in Madison? Just to name.
It just felt like a mediocre enough name for me to use it.
Sort of like Dubuque that I used the other day.
Yeah. I think I used it because I'd recently talked with my brother who lived there for about 9 months. It felt fine.
Yeah, I like it.
To use that.
Up here, we always chirp Minot, North Dakota. So why not Minot?
Ah, there you go. But you said you at least shipped some wine back and stuff, right?
I did. I didn't get a chance to go to the wineries. I did have one of my coworkers who stayed an extra day buy me 12 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess rosé.
Ooh, no rosé, but I got Sauvignon Blanc and Malbec, and when you combine them...
You have a drinking problem?
Yeah. Sort of like how you used to drink rosé whenever we'd record The Outfielder. That was always great.
No, I think
what was available.
We should start getting these vineyards to sponsor our podcasts.
Ooh, there you go. Well, you're the one that's in charge of going out and finding the sponsor, so I'm going to leave you to that.
That's where I was. That's why I was late to this broadcast.
Yeah, that'll happen.
This broadcast?
It is.
Yeah, this broadcast.
Okay.
We are live and everything.
J-Mac.
And in color.
Yo.
J-Mac, I got a question for the team here.
Okay.
So since we're mostly men, sorry, Claire, I'll assume you're recognized as a woman. If a father-in-law, would you rather have Bill Belichick or Nick Saban as a father-in-law? Who would, if you're going to Claire's parents, would you rather see Bill? Remove your Patriot fandom. Would you be more scared of Bill or Nick Saban?
Well, they're like best friends, so they're like the same person.
Well, yes and no, though. I mean, they're very different at the same time, though, from the standpoint of college. When you're coaching college kids compared to NFL guys, I mean, that's two very different worlds.
But you know that they just sit in a room when they're together and just grunt at each other.
Well, okay. I would say Nick Saban's a little bit more outgoing. Well, we'll remove that. Who are you more scared of? If you had to sit down and ask for Claire's hand in marriage from Bill Belichick or Nick Saban?
I'd say Nick Saban.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy Bill at least he would grunt at you and just leave the room. I feel like Nick Saban would just call you out and everything.
He's been known to do that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I get the sense that Bill's probably a better family man and not at all the same way as he is in the public eye. So I would I'd rather take Bill, and therefore I'm more scared of Nick.
I think you'd get better non sequitur one-liners from Belichick. I'd take Saban would be the more intimidating of the two. I'd take Belichick. That being said, when I met my now father-in-law, the first thing he told me was that I looked like Roger from the cartoon Doug, which was the trailer trash can.
Can confirm.
Were you green? Is that
I had a mohawk and a leather jacket and a stinky cat, and he just put them all together. And I was like, "What are you doing watching Doug?" But that's a true story.
What was the stinky cat's name in Doug?
Stinky.
Oh, it was just Stinky? Okay.
I guess would it change the fact if Greg Popovich was in the room? I guess maybe for the basketball guys out there, would Greg Popovich make it any better or worse?
I feel like Greg Popovich would be the easiest of the three.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to throw in the wild card and just say the fictitious Eric Taylor from Friday Night Lights.
Ooh.
That's what I want.
Okay.
Love that. Good reference.
Is he that intimidating though? I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Coach Taylor? Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So now that we're on to television, I want to give a huge shout out to Claire Peachy. I listened to a lot of the first and second episode of Just Peachy, and outstanding work you and Caitlin are doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I also couldn't follow along any of it because I don't understand it. I'm going to have to get Jason to break some of this down for me, but
He'll happily do it. You missed Bachelor Talk at the very beginning. It was a good time though.
so make sure y'all are checking out Just Peachy.
Yeah. Caitlin was going to be here, but she, I think, worked out too hard and made herself sick, which I don't know. Usually it's the other way around. I'm just sick and I don't want to work out. It really is.
Yeah, the dog's not happy with me so far. Just really wanting to join the podcast, and I'm not sure if she's upset about the lack of bones she's got this evening or what, but
This is like a Sensibly Loud
I think
production
it's
of
just all the
Cujo.
voices.
Got to be a lot of the voices. What, Ben?
It's like a Sensibly Loud production of Cujo over there.
Easy. Oh man.
Been shamelessly plugging too many things, I feel like.
So Claire, we got The Bachelor coming up tomorrow night.
Yes.
Who I gotta be so do you follow any of the girls on social media yet?
The only one I do is the Red Dress Boutique girl.
So-
That's her name.
Yeah, Hannah G. I follow Demi, and it sounds like she goes on the one-on-one tomorrow night.
Oh.
Do you think this act from her is for real? Do you think this is the real her? Because there's a lot of people saying she's just trying to copy Corinne's playbook to get attention and Instagram followers.
Yes. And I'm also on the side that the producers make them come off a certain way, and that's not actually who she is. Because I don't know how many seasons you've actually watched of The Bachelor. Have you watched a lot?
Too many. Yeah.
Well, like from did you watch Ben Higgins season?
Oh, love Ben Higgins. Him and Chris Harrison are gay together.
Whoa.
What a conspiracy.
I'm just saying it's their bromance is real, and it's very well documented.
Okay.
They're taking vacations together. Just saying. It'd be weird. Yeah, weird good blog idea.
Well, no, from Ben's season though, they made Olivia the villain, but she's actually. Do you remember Olivia? Big mouth.
Big mouth. Big
Yes.
mouth. Yeah.
Yes. But she's actually very normal, and
Yeah.
I follow her on social media. She's very normal. So I'm under the impression that they make the villains of the season look bad for a reason, and so I don't know. I still don't think Demi's necessarily a great person, but I think a lot of it is she's doing it's a bit.
I wouldn't say she's a villain, but the producers certainly encourage these young women to maybe act or say things in certain ways. And I think she's just taken lead from them on what they're wanting or expecting. So for anyone watching out there, I mean, when you see these girls go, why would they do that? I would say a lot of it's probably just encouragement from maybe what we're seeing from the producers to get good television. And I think that's what we're seeing with her.
Plus, she does want Instagram followers too.
Oh, she wants to sell the Sugarberry hair gummy vitamin so badly. She wants to tell you about the tummy teas. Oh, yeah. She'll be all over for the swipe ups here any day of the week.
She will also be on Bachelor in Paradise 100%.
Oh, she is a BIP contestant. She's a first dayer for sure.
Yes.
She'll be on there day one. I think certainly either one of the Hannahs, if they don't win, will be on their day one. Both just being popular so far. I would say they'll both be there.
Yes.
So, pardon my ignorance, but could you explain something to me as far as The Bachelor is concerned?
Happy to.
Wasn't there something this season with one of the contestants being a virgin, and that was like the huge kerfluffle?
Claire, do you want to take it?
You go right ahead. I feel like males explaining to males is great. I like to listen to it.
So Colton is this season's a quote unquote bachelor. And they're liking to talk up every other segment about him being a virgin, which reportedly self-proclaimed he is. He also is self-proclaimed an NFL player, but he's never played in an NFL game. He just played in one preseason game. So that blows my mind how they continue to say he's a professional football player. Like, great for him. He made it on the practice squad. I'm not trying to doubt that, but let's slow down with saying he's a professional football player. So they kind of recruited a lot of girls who were maybe more reserved, a couple girls who have never kissed anyone or virgins and whatnot. So this season, the Bachelor likes a storyline on what they present, and the other contestants didn't really present that. The two guys were Jason and Blake, who they could have brought on, and they didn't have a good storyline like Colton did to be quote-unquote virgin. So every episode, all you hear about is how he's never had sex. So it's already gotten old to me. Claire, has it gotten old to you yet after two episodes?
It's been old the first 10 minutes of the first episode. So, but yeah, they're going to play it up until they have their fantasy suite, which I don't know how that's going to go when he takes 3 women to the fantasy suite.
So I guess, does that just mean he prefers his olive oil a certain way?
Easy there, bedmate.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I don't think that joke was as dark as you all took it. But.
Yeah, I think y'all took that way past the way I meant it.
Well, it's what it is.
I'm on board.
Think about your audience.
Claire, I'll tell you, the best episode of the season will be the fantasy suite episode.
Yep.
Do you know how it ends?
I haven't read any spoilers.
Okay.
Have you?
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm surprised I've been able to avoid it thus far. I have no idea what happens.
I will say it's going to be an actual good season compared. You know how Chris Harrison likes to talk up every year?
Oh yeah.
I will say there's actually drama this season. So for those listening out, definitely want to tune in to Claire's podcast. It's going to be every week. It's just going to continue to build.
Yes.
You're going to be calling into that show and talking a little bit about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I shamelessly will say, I've kind of dove into it. I like to keep up with what's going on social media. Mostly the cattiness is just hilarious to me on how catty these girls get. So we'll certainly update the fans every week with what's going on. And certainly what went on as well. Certainly between the episodes, there's a lot that happens that's not discussed. So you never know what The Bachelor chooses to show. This is a whole week of film, and they condense it into about an hour and 10 minutes. So there's certainly a lot that they leave out. But I would say this is week 3. Week 4 is one to look forward to. There's a lot of that comes out in week 4.
Yeah.
But back to football here. We just saw Patrick Mahomes completely overthrow a wide open wide receiver again. If you forgot, he missed Damian Williams on a wheel route in the first half. They should have scored a touchdown there. You should probably be looking at a 17-14 game with the Chiefs driving to tie or take the lead. J-Mac is left the building, so we get some unbiased point of views. Guys, where are we at in this game? What are you feeling like coming down the stretch?
I feel like the Patriots are just dominating this game. Kansas City is like grasping at straws, making a lot of big throws to try and get some good chunks of yardage. And there's been a couple big plays. Tyreek Hill, obviously a huge talent, getting some great catches, but it's not really panning out right this second.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of whenever like you see a cat just kind of like toying with a mouse and the mouse feels like it has a chance, but the cat's like, screw you, man. Like that's basically what's happening.
I think Ben Baseball just called Tom Brady a pussy.
Wow. Glad J-Mac's not here, but yeah, I'd agree. It looks like the Patriots almost have the Chiefs playbook here. And I mean, if they don't score here, it's a 2-possession game going into the fourth with the Patriots up the lead. Kind of seems like it's the ball game here. You don't want to say that this early, but this really seems like if they don't score, it'd kind of be over.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's always so I have a quick gripe about football. I think time doesn't matter at all until it does. And then they're like, what happened to the clock? Like, they reset the game clock. And like, shut up. Why didn't you do that like 1,900 times throughout the last 3 quarters and get your fucking time back?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, they're going to rush. They're going to try and rush at the very end and like get extra points. And I'm sure it'll be close, but do that now.
Yeah, I think there's a lack of urgency maybe earlier on in the game. And to your point, like at the end, they're all freaking out about the clock only when it matters. And it's kind of funny. Well, we just saw a penalty there on New England. It's going to give Kansas City the ball at the 1-yard line, looking to make it at least 13-7 here. I don't know. That's a soft call there. That's a soft call. I mean, not a lot of contact before the ball got there.
I agree with that.
Ben Baseball should be ashamed of himself for making fun of the GOAT.
I didn't say anything about the GOAT.
He called him a pussy.
That's not true.
I heard it on the live broadcast, pal.
That's
well, we
not
know who you're
saying.
rooting for.
No, you know what? I'm rooting for Sam to make some more True Detective lines with like time is a flat circle and stuff like that.
Touchdown.
Let's not get him started with the concept of time again.
He's already been in there, man.
Such a piece of thing to happen, though. He has every right to be mad about it.
That was just wrong.
It was so wrong.
For those who don't know what happened and why I have a gripe with time, I'm happy to recount that story. It's worth the effort.
Please do.
So last season in fantasy baseball, I picked up the amazing Juan Soto. He is an outfielder for the Washington Nationals. He was very, very good throughout the entire season. This guy hit a home run in a baseball game. Good for him. Young kid. I think he was like 19, whatever. It was a home run. Yay, I got more points for my fantasy team. Then it rained on the game. And it was long enough into the game that they were going to continue that game on another date. So they transplanted all of the stats from that day into the day where they finished the game. So the game originally, like 6 or 7 innings took place in May, and then the rest of those innings took place in like August. So that home run, all those points that I got didn't actually count in May. They counted in August, and I really needed those points in May. And I was like, how does time even work? Like, go to hell, time. What is going on? He hit a home run in May. I should get points in May. What is this about? And I was quite fired up about it.
And the most criminal part is the fact that baseball doesn't know it all goes back to how they scored the game officially, but it's ridiculous to me that baseball can't figure that out in some way, shape, or form.
It's only been around 200 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Yahoo Fantasy's been around for like, call it 15 years. I'm surprised they're sophisticated enough to get that right.
I know, right?
They've gotten it wrong and given me the points in May.
That's where my head was at. Other than the fact that I think I was playing you that week.
I don't think it ended up being consequential in the results, but I was pretty fired up about his May home run not counting in May. And then I was just really pissed at time.
Well, it took you like a while to figure out what the hell had actually happened because it was very specific how it happened because they didn't cancel the game. They just made up the rest of it later.
It's not a common occurrence at all.
No, it's really not. Yeah.
Be easy. How are you holding up over there? That's right.
Just the way baseball go.
J-Mac, I got another question here from a tune-in here.
Okay.
So out of this is for everyone, of course. So of the top sports, you're looking at football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, soccer, if you want to lump it in. Which is the worst to explain to someone who doesn't know what it is? Whether that's maybe, a girlfriend, a friend that's overseas. What's been your worst experience trying to explain a sport to someone who doesn't know what it is?
Well, I would probably offer up football as the first one, simply because football doesn't even know what its own rules are half the time. So that's, the fact that we couldn't even explain that non-PI catch earlier is just insanity. So, if you want to look at it that way, football is the obvious one. Aside from that, say everything else was equal and all the leagues understood how to play their own games, which is always preferable, but not always the case, apparently. I would probably say soccer's tough for Americans to understand for some reason. It's not that hard of a game to understand.
But Justin, the rest of the world plays it. You don't.
I know.
Yeah.
I agree, and it's really not that hard of a game. But it's just that people. I don't know. People want to mesh it together with football rules, and it doesn't help that it's American football rules are like titled the same thing, like offsides and things like that, which technically it is, but it's just...
Look, America doesn't care about soccer until it comes to World Cup time, and then suddenly they become the biggest soccer fans in the world.
That's so true. It really...
That's just my take. It seems like there's a lot of fans when it comes around. Now, personally, I'm a big Liverpool fan. I was a fan well before they suddenly had this resurgence with Jurgen Klopp. But I have the best mornings waking up at 6 a.m. on Saturdays, watching some early games overseas. Definitely a bucket list deal is getting over there, seeing a game in person. I don't. It's just a different experience, man. That they embrace it just like we do the NFL, and it's year round.
Low key, one of my favorite things to watch every year is Wimbledon, though. I love watching
tennis.
Yeah, I love watching Wimbledon every year.
I've never gotten into tennis.
Really?
Never.
I used to play, so that doesn't help anything. Oh, there's Roger Goodell right there at the game.
Dude, was that a ball deflator in his hand, or what was that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm glad Julian Edelman has an infraction without putting his chin strap on. Technically, that's a penalty.
There we go. So
that's technically a penalty, J-Mac.
It's 17-14, New England, 14-30 left in the fourth. And it doesn't matter if it was technically a penalty or not. It was a call, pal. Doesn't matter.
J-Mac, are you starting to sweat it off?
That's like saying that it's not murder if you don't get caught, dumbass.
Keep pushing my buttons.
That goes back to the show that Claire and I were talking about it earlier.
Keep pushing my buttons and you'll find out about that.
Claire, so you have one episode left,
yes,
correct?
I'm about to start the very last episode.
And so my wife is just showing me right now, it is returning for a season 2, and they're already writing season 3. So
good.
Pretty good.
I don't know how season 1's going to end. So did it leave it? Oh, no, I don't want to ask any questions.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to say anything because you'll enjoy it. We for sure, J-Mac, we need to get a group text with our wives together so you guys can talk about it. But it's a great show for anyone out there. Netflix, it's called You, just like it sounds, YOU. Great show. Was
it not Netflix originally? Was it like on Lifetime or something? And now Netflix has picked it up? Or is it always?
I thought it was a Netflix original. I was wrong in 97, so I could be wrong in 19, but I believe it's a Netflix original. Okay. I think we'll have our interns look it up. They'll text JMac interns, get on it right now while we're searching it all here. I know they're listening in, so we'll certainly.
Ben's the one that manages the interns, so.
Yeah, okay. Well, Ben, can you get them to look at it? Come on.
They're still trying to get our Mad Men suites figured out. We're still working on the office space.
Yeah, the corner offices, yes.
I was trying to get 7 and 52nd squared away, but they didn't want it.
No. Well, if I could weigh in for a moment about I forgot my joke. Never mind.
It'll come to you.
Sure. Struck out.
So we were talking about soccer.
I got it. It's really premature to make a Yu Darvish biopic before he dies.
That was so deep. That was good.
Who has the drops? Where's the cricket machine?
The liquor's a little stronger overseas.
That's such a good underrated drop. It's so awesome. I don't even know why that exists.
All right, Sam, take us to soccer. You were telling us about it.
So we were talking about Americans not knowing what the hell they're talking about. I am in Atlanta, and Atlanta won the MLS Cup.
Sure did.
I went to a watching party with 17 people who never watch any soccer. And I swear to God, they might as well have just been yelling "sports ball" like the whole time. They have like no idea. Like they were like, "Hit him!" And I'm like, "Shut up! You really don't understand this.
Really not how this works."
None. And then they literally popped bottles at the end of the game when we won. It was fun, but literally nobody had any.
So
idea.
the great Sambino, have you been to Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, I've been to 2 or 3 Atlanta United games.
Wow.
Not against my will. I'm not a big soccer guy. It's a lot of fun to go in person. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. to watch Liverpool like you are.
But most of their games are at 9 or 11. But yeah, they'll have the one-offs pretty early on.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz is great. Really cool place. They did a really good job. It's very impressive.
It's actually just an excuse to drink at 6 a.m. Is why he likes English soccer.
Well, yeah, I live here in Addison, Texas. We got a place that's kind of a local around here, the Londoner. They got a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
They open up for those early soccer games, and they definitely serve liquor and beer. And it's get me the fish and chips going on, you know?
Yep. That place is a shit show early in the morning for a game where you can get like a White Russian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Londoner is a good time. So we'll have to get the team together. We'll have to use the quarterly budget and get it going on.
Sam, before you got here earlier, we were talking about Pete Rose and the autograph shop in Vegas.
Oh, that's just the best. He's such a lonely fuck.
It's true, though, because, he has a little bit of a line before he starts, and then he is just sitting there with his posse with no one buying the crap for so long, and it's so awkward.
It's so true. We were talking about how we would get drunk and walk by and just be like, "Did you do it, Pete? Why'd you do it?
Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
How's it going?"
Fucking drunk and obnoxious. Yeah, do I remember Vegas? Kyle saying that. Good Lord.
Is that where our 2019 summer retreat is out the MGM in Vegas? Is that where it's at?
There's a chance. There have been talks.
Mandalay Bay.
Yes.
Easy. No. Easy there, man.
All right, let's go. 17-14 still. Oh, what's his spot going to look like?
4th and inches for Billy B. What does he do here?
You know what he's going to do.
Does Tom Brady sneak it?
I hope so. That'd be awesome. Why would you not hand it to Sony?
They're going for it. He's calling J-Max calling the play in.
Let's go. You got to give this to Sony Michel, right?
It's have you seen what happened yet?
Yeah. No, not yet. I don't know how you got ahead of us again, but you did.
Someone's skipping commercials.
I don't watch commercials.
I can't wait to also.
Furry hat.
That is a furry hat. That clown that we saw earlier was so much more terrifying than you guys could imagine.
Have you not seen it yet? Still?
No, it's good.
Was it Joaquin Phoenix?
Walk hard. Hard.
That's devastating.
So let's say the Chiefs win. What is Andy Reid's order at Taco Bell after this? I mean, easily supreme nachos, quesadilla. I mean, what else is Andy Reid ordering at Taco Bell after this W?
He seems like
He's an Applebee's guy.
He's an Applebee's guy. All you can eat chicken fingers.
So, is it just me? Is it just me, or every time I'm in Applebee's, is it like unnecessarily warm?
Why are you at Applebee's all the time, Ben Baseball?
No, like you're on a road trip or something. You're in Nowheresville, Iowa, and the only place to eat is a freaking Applebee's, and it's 87 degrees inside.
So I want to take a step back real quick. Last year, Iowa State had a major upset win. I'm not going to be able to quote the team. Someone in the Big 12 they beat. And to your point, there is nowhere in Iowa to eat. In the Taco Bell in Iowa ran out of food from their upset win. Everyone went to the Taco Bell and they ran out of food. So Matt Campbell, and he went to the Applebee's, took pictures, and said, "Make sure you guys don't run out of food." How bad is it that at Iowa State, the place they go party at after a win is Taco Bell? That's what they're doing in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's a tough.
For what it's worth, I feel like Andy Reid's probably a Crunchwrap Supreme.
That's what I
type of guy.
No, I'd say Mixie Melt.
Ooh, okay. Whenever he got fired by the Eagles a few years back now, and Chip Kelly took over, Chip Kelly's first move was to remove all the fried chicken out of the cafeteria at the Eagles. Like, start making them eat healthy
At their health center.
Yes. Indeed.
All right. We got about 9 minutes left on the game. Justin, what's going to happen?
Time will tell. You got to be patient, you know?
No predictions?
Oh, New England's going to win this game.
So what are you going to, Claire, I just want to prepare you when he loses. He's going to be really depressed. I'm not sure you guys can stick to your normal routine after that. So just FYI.
Yeah. I recommend booting up his fantasy baseball app and having him look at his lineup and get ready for baseball.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Look forward.
I'd also put a bike lock on the ladder in the garage just in case.
Just in case I climb to the top and throw myself off the ladder.
Hey, keep the garage. Don't make him take the trash out. I know the trash people hate you guys out there.
Jesus,
you know
what?
Oh, I've gotten into it with the trash people so many times.
Why are you fighting with the sanitation workers?
It's literally
J-Mac at 5 a.m. is out there yelling at sanitation workers.
It's literally like that episode of The Simpsons when Homer gets into it with the trash people. Except I'm not stockpiling trash on my front lawn.
I love how Ben won't let us call them the trash people.
I just saw this on the Instagram snap. Great jersey swap by the referees and Todd Gurley. Great.
That's not a good look. That's a really bad look.
Yeah, that's a great look. Saints call the front office. Todd Gurley, great job. You did nothing to perform, but good job.
Collusion. No, they just the trash service has these insane rules, such as they won't empty my garbage can. You have to pull it out in bags and set it on the curb for them. They won't open up my trash can and put it into the truck.
Got this weird rule where I can't have dead bodies in there.
That's another thing. Yeah,
yeah. They say you had to remove the teeth so you can't identify the teeth from it.
They won't take yard clippings, which is another stupid rule. So I have to take them to the dump myself when I have them. It's really annoying. They just insanely trash rules.
I don't want to circle back, but I do want to circle back to the greatest. Oh my God!
Oh God!
Oh no!
Way to ruin it. Now we're all just sitting.
We're all sitting on the edge of our seat. Yeah. By the way, Claire looked up the mouse, dog, cat thing, and that's a real thing. By the way.
What?
Cat Dog. It's a TV show, Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, Cat Dog. Oh, Justin said Mouse Rat.
No, that's
a band. That's a band for Parks and Rec. Mouse Rat.
Yeah, I'm aware, Jason. That's the joke.
Oh no! You stupid!
Oh no, Julian Edelman! You beautiful man!
Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh.
Someone walk us through what happened for those following along at home.
So for those not following along, it's a punt here on fourth down. Julian Edelman, punt returner for the Patriots, calls for a fair catch. He lets the punt bounce and it rolls a good 8 yards.
Oh, it may not have touched him.
It appears to have touched Julian Edelman, and but based on the fair catch rule, once he touches it, it's a down ball once KC recovers it. So this will be a first down from about the 28-yard line for KC. This is not a touchdown. This will not be a touchdown. So based on the rules, we're going to bring in Gene Steratore to tell you the same thing. But what's going on right now is we're going to have a first down in the red territory. It's going to be under review. I don't know how you overturn this. It's going to be a key call in the game, but the refs will surely fuck it up somehow.
I swear to God. Dude, I don't know that touched him.
Can you
I don't
say
think that it did.
definitively that did not touch him, though?
It's crazy that
it might have hit his thumb.
I don't think you can definitively say that did not touch him.
It's really hard to tell. That thumb is the question for me, I think.
Yeah, the thumb kicker really gets people sometimes.
What the fuck, man?
So I figured it out, Jason.
Yep.
I feel like you're the Brockmeyer of Sensibly Loud Media.
Easy there, easy. So I got another fan question here. I didn't want to go back to the video games, but Golden Tee, definitely underrated sports game. Yeah. How many nights at Hooters have we just spent blowing through Golden Tee?
None, thankfully.
Yeah, 0.
Okay, all right. Never mind, guys. I'll just climb back into my corner here.
I have definitely spent time in seedier bars, though, playing that game. So,
if we're talking video games that start with Golden, it stops and starts with GoldenEye.
That's a good
one. 64 GoldenEye. Hell yeah.
Only if you had the Game Shark, though, to where you had all the guns.
Earn them, Justin.
Nah. Seems like a lot.
Can I talk about my trash service and how good they are?
No, you cannot.
I put all the trash cans up there. They take my yard clippings. They draw a very strange line on the weight of dead animal they will accept.
Where's that line?
Yeah,
it's somewhere in the 15 to 10 pound range. Like dead squirrels are good. Anything over that, you're not. You can't.
What is going on in Atlanta that you have to have this conversation with your sanitation workers?
I don't have to have conversations. They give me a little pamphlet. It says all the rules. I give them my trash, and it's fucking done.
Yeah, see, that's how it should be. But for whatever reason, I put a full can of trash out there, and they don't. This is the worst part. So the first time I bought this nice trash can, I put it out there full of trash. They didn't empty the trash. They just put a big sticker on it that says, "We're not taking the garbage," because it's not on the curb. The least they could have done, if they would have put the sticker on it and taken the trash, I would have been okay with it. It would have been like, you know what, I'll follow the rules next time because I didn't know. But the fact that they didn't take the trash is a real dickhole move.
Agreed. So what's that about? Is it like they're afraid of it's going to explode or something?
They don't have the trucks to lift up, I guess, the actual thing, and I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Are
you guys having like buyer's remorse out there in Arlington? I mean,
no, I mean,
move more east.
Yeah, you're right. I should have thought to research the trash service before I moved out here.
It's the little things.
Sorry, Claire.
It's the little things you don't think about. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous.
Just maybe next time move closer to American Airlines Center. Just food for thought.
Yeah, maybe so.
They basically moved to the 1920s where none of the trucks have like the claws attached to them.
More or less. But yeah, it really did leave me feeling like I should run for sanitation commissioner.
Well, while we review this for the next 45 minutes, J-Mac, I know you've had some good takes. What's going on with the Dennis Smith Jr. in Dallas Mavericks? This affects, the NBA as a whole. What's going on with that?
Well, it sounds like he's back with the team now and going to be back joining them on Tuesday for their game on Tuesday that I'm going to actually. It seems like him and Rick Carlisle have kind of made up. So they've been looking at trading him. Do what?
Is he still a vegan?
I have no idea. I didn't know he was a vegan in the first place, to be honest with you.
Well, the day that he was reported sick for the game, he was seen out at a vegan restaurant.
I just thought that was like the Steely Dan Blues type of thing, and whatever.
It's just extremely hot takes.
Yeah, something like that. So it's a strange thing, though. It seems like their relationship or his relationship with the team has been a little bit strained, but they seem to be getting it back on track. Whatever. I mean, there's not anything they're going to get. This call is taking forever. There's not anything that they're going to get trade-wise that's going to be anything with the upside that's possible there. So I don't even really see the point in trading him at this point. Unless you're just getting something really, really impressive back, but I don't know what that is.
Well, J-Mac, they've overturned the call. I don't know how they overturned that because it was a clear touch by the Patriots. But Robert Kraft came down and gave Roger about $15 million to overturn that bullshit call.
15 million cheese.
Boy, I would love to look into the wire transfers that just happened in the last 5 minutes.
Could it please be 15 million slices of Kraft singles? Like, that would just be incredible, Brandon. That was a great joke.
Weird economy.
64 slices of American cheese.
Sounds like another challenge for Ben.
Hashtag get that cheddar.
Well, yeah, everyone, I've just got to say it's been fun, but I've got to get going. Thanks for letting me crash your live sharing of the AFC Championship game.
Dr. Dan, it was great having you, man. We'll see you next time.
See you, Dan.
Hey, man.
Yeah, get at me for the Stanley Cup. We'll see what's going on.
It'll be great.
Go Lightning.
See you, Dan.
Ben, did you not catch that Simpsons reference?
No, it might have been when I was giving something to one of my kids.
No, the 64 slices of American cheese thing is what Homer ate that one time whenever he was.
Oh, that's right.
Burns was on the ceiling with Smithers.
Yep.
So, J-Mac, I got to ask, I mean, Claire's rocking the sweater vest. I mean, I've never seen you rock a sweater vest in your life. I mean, that's usually a family affair type of deal. What's going on?
I actually got my first one for Christmas last year. It's just generally too hot to wear it is my only thing because I like bottle in heat most of the time. And so I just don't get to wear it that often. It's a little bit more of a dressy type of affair. So I need to get one that's like one of the neoprene vests. Sam's got a really good like green vest that's solid for like kind of what I'm looking for.
I do have a strong vest game. Are you saying it's too hot for the vest when you're wearing a hat and a hoodie?
Well, right
That's
now.
just justice, J-Mac. That's justice.
That's good Lord. It's 30 degrees outside right now. So typically, but God, that's so devastating.
Die.
The amount of turnovers have been crazy in this game. The fact that Kansas City isn't capitalizing on them, though, should be concerning.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna
talking about. They just overturned one. They can't capitalize on once they overturn.
Dude, and that was Edelman again.
Not the only type of situation where this has happened in this game where they haven't.
Oh, and then he got rocked. Did you see him get leveled after he tipped it?
God, Edelman's going to be a free agent before he leaves Kansas City tonight.
Just going to leave him there. They're going to Hanley Ramirez his ass.
Easy. Oh, that's not a catch. That's not a catch.
Nope.
Why?
Do what?
Why?
Oh, it's the next play.
Future man over there.
Pretty good.
Big Bill's got the challenge flag out. He found it. He pulled it out of his jock strap, so he's fine.
He wears a jock strap over there?
He's got a solid one.
Gross.
Pretty good.
So what we're going to go to another review here. While we're doing that, J-Mac, who would you say is the worst general manager in the NFL right now? I mean, let's just remove Jerry Jones from that. But
great. Love it.
Worst general manager you're currently looking at in the NFL. I mean, there's certainly a handful of names that you could probably throw out there. They get fired, it seems like, every other year, but
probably the Vikings GM in my book.
Who?
The Vikings GM.
Rick Spielman?
Yeah.
Why?
Lack of success on the field. Period. The fact that they signed Kirk Cousins to a ridiculous contract.
Oh, he's only under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah, well, still, they're paying him an ass ton of money.
Well, what's the cost to acquire? When do decent quarterbacks become available?
This
Tell
year.
me that.
This year.
Okay, so when was the last time? Who was the last free agent quarterback before Kirk Cousins? That was, I mean, you would say a starter. Kirk Cousins, a starter. Whether you want to, I know you hate him, but he's still a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Was it never whenever Peyton moved to Denver?
What do you mean?
No, he asked when was the last time you had a starting quarterback on the market. So I'm saying when Peyton went to Denver.
Yeah, I mean that's
but I mean there's other options out there that they could have finagled somehow. They could have figured out a trade for Jimmy G. They could have figured out a lot.
Jimmy G was traded before then.
But I'm saying they could have done that deal too, and they didn't. So
no, but I mean, yes and no. look, the Jimmy G trade was one that was very interesting from a couple standpoints. First, Bill was not going to trade him to someone that was in the AFC. He made that very clear. And Bill was a believer in Jimmy G. He was full on with keeping him, and he was only going to trade him to someone that he knew and trust, and that was Mike Shanahan.
Yep.
So the trade was pretty limited on who he would send him to, and I don't think Zimmer was on that list.
Underrated GM, I would say, though, is probably Shanahan, though. I don't know.
Shanahan's not a GM.
What? Oh, damn it.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
Still a lot of time left, though, yeah.
Hey, Claire, can you check J-Mac's butthole and how puckered up it is?
Weird.
Can we talk about those two challenges and where the Pats would be if they didn't get challenged or they lost one of those challenges? I guess they'd be in the same spot, but
that's a great point. If they lost it, they'd be out of them. So they still have one in the last handful of minutes here. I'm not sure if you're on before. We were talking about the Saints game and what transpired there, and maybe the option to challenge pass interferences on the game, and just what we've seen on the lack of quality calls so far. And I think we've seen in this game too. They've just missed or made the wrong call on a handful of plays so far, which has been extremely disappointing.
Absolutely. I think the referees are as bad as the sanitation service for Justin and Claire over there. And I did hear you guys were talking about rule changes and, reevaluating the process for next year. I think that's right on opinion.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, I know J-Mac's going to kind of fade here, so we'll have to pick it up for him while his team's getting slaughtered.
Slaughtered? They're losing by 3, dumb shit.
Slaughtered. He's about to be 4.
Well, it is 4, J-Mac. So they do have to score more than a field goal. So, Tom Brady in the clutch are going to have to come through. Could we get another overtime game? I mean, is that possible? Could we get to like a 24-24 overtime?
It's possible. I tell you what, though, I think that if anyone can pull it off, it'll be Brady with 7 minutes and change. I wouldn't bet against it. But, y'all, I need to step out. It has been wonderful. Happy.
Ben, are you going to get some Oreos?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Just pile them all in.
I think he's going to go wrangle the interns. So
yeah.
Oh, good job.
Yep. Perfect.
Ben, thanks for joining us. We'll see you for the next episode of The Outfielder here pretty soon.
Absolutely, y'all. Stay out of trouble.
See you, Ben. And then there were a lot of us still.
Do we think that the interns are just his daughters, and that's why nothing ever gets done?
That maybe.
Well, they're selling all the Girl Scout cookies right now. Shameless plug: Samoas are still available, so
that's
make
true.
your purchases now.
At least
I shamelessly bought like 12 boxes from a woman in my office the other day.
We're gonna buy some from Ben. We decided we're gonna make that happen this week.
I think I told you I don't think I've ever had a Girl Scout cookie.
What? We should do an episode where we review the taste of all the possible Girl Scout cookies that we all have.
Claire has to be the one to review them, though, since she's never tasted them.
It's an objective third party kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
It's not really third party because she's still, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, she's got the cat. She just
does have the penny. Cookies. Yeah, I see the vision. I couldn't believe that you had at least never had a Thin Mint, though. That was the part that was shocking to me.
I don't know why. I just never have.
Huh.
Interesting.
I met someone. No, I didn't meet someone. There's someone in my office who I hang out with, a couple times a month. And they watched Pearl Harbor for the first time the other day. No, I'm sorry, Saving Private Ryan. They hadn't seen Saving Private Ryan. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong?
That's upsetting.
I don't know that I've seen it.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe I have. I don't know.
That's probably not a movie that you would have seen, though. That's not really
I've seen Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Great movie. It's kind of like The Back.
Sam, we may have to add that to our retreat list of movies to watch.
Fair.
I think that's a good one.
Easy
I
way
haven't
to
seen it
go.
in a very, very long time.
Are we going to watch that in the investor ski trip to Colorado?
Yes. Absolutely. The main investors, yes. Yeah. All right.
Hey, the key. Oh, is that the what? Hey, watch across your screen here before the second down play. You see the guy who drains the balls. He just
What
runs
did you
across
just say?
What? Phrasing.
Market.
Phrasing.
Easy.
You said it, not us.
Yeah, well, the liquor's a little stronger over.
That's true.
What? The what's stronger?
The liquor.
Liquors.
Liqueurs. The spirits.
So Sam, got him with the crickets.
Here we go. We get the sound drops going on.
It's about that time.
There's less people for Brandon to manage now.
Yes. Usually we're just all saying stupid things, but now there's less of us to do it. So
Brady just gets rocked there.
Hey, come on.
How far are you behind?
We were all on the same page. I don't know how you got behind.
I don't know how that happened.
Or got ahead of us.
Yeah.
I'm super confused. You said press play.
Yes. All right, we'll sync up here in just a minute.
Well, just kidding. He doesn't really get rocked. That was a terrible call.
Yeah. Sam, one thing that Brandon and I are going to be doing on the live stream here coming up is we're going to start doing live watches of just old ass movies. Like the first one I think we're going to do is The Burbs with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
And there's going to be gold that comes out of that. I have a feeling.
So is the goal to just be like Mystery Science Theater or something?
More or less, yeah. Just
Love it.
Crazy ass old 80s movies and stuff.
Yes.
And anything that's requested.
If you need a guest speaker,
yes.
speaker.
Absolutely.
I will attend.
Yeah, Justin's never seen The Burbs.
I haven't seen it in
It's been a while
years,
for me
probably.
too, yeah.
That's a good one.
I can't wait till we watch one of these and they're just going to be absolutely terrible. It's going to be great. The content's going to be gold.
It's kind of like when, was it, because I'd never seen it and you made us watch, was it Smart House?
Oh, Smart House.
Wait, I made us watch that?
Yes, and it was not as good.
Terrible.
Wait,
It was
no,
terrible.
Smart
Yes.
House?
Yes.
For
the Disney movie?
Yes. You made us watch that. Like it was a couple of years ago. You don't remember this? Because I've never
No.
seen it. And you had us watch it. And you're like, yeah, this didn't hold up like I thought.
I don't think you're thinking of the same movie. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think Smart
No.
House was the movie.
Yes.
All right. I don't think so, but whatever.
It was. I would have not watched it with anyone else but you.
Good point.
Not your other husband, Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah. He lives in another state.
No, we had a good dinner last night with him.
Yeah. Pretty good.
What kinds of movies are on this list? I mean, are we going like all genres? I mean, is Brave Little Toaster on there? That's one to review.
Oh, I love the Brave Little
Wow.
Toaster.
Brandon, do you have the list handy?
J-Mac even said Rent a Kid with Leslie Nielsen and Christopher Lloyd. I
Wow.
was like, wow.
The business of renting kids couldn't be at an all-time high as it is right now. Great movie. Leslie Nielsen's incredible. What else was on there? Let's go.
Let me get the list pulled up.
Chris Hogan's good.
Brandon, that's quite a rig you have there.
Thank you, sir. Spent some money on it, but yeah, it's great.
Good on you.
It doesn't this stuff doesn't come alive by itself. Yep, platitudes. I love platitudes. That's been my new favorite thing, is just general platitudes to say in conversation. Yep, well.
Shoe don't make them like they used to.
Shoe doesn't always fit. Sometimes you just got to lace it up. Real debate. I also love using really bad analogies from time to time. It's always fun too.
Sometimes I'll try and make them on the fly to like apply to a work situation. Sometimes they come out like pristine and beautiful. And I'm like, wow, that worked out really well. And
Yeah.
sometimes they just crumble midway through and I'm like, I'm going to have to like
I'll get back to you on
my
this.
consciousness and try again.
Correct. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. But sometimes when they hit hard, it's solid, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, they gave the Patriots a touchdown after that review.
Okay, we got to figure out how we're going to sync
I
up.
was being sarcastic, but you know.
I don't know because you're ahead of us. So
I was like, wait, what review?
Jason,
There-
at the next hike of the ball, pause and we'll catch up to you. And as soon as that is, we'll tell you to hit play.
I'm watching a replay of Hogan getting hit.
Same. I think the
Same.
three of us are all on the same page. I think Jason's just a little bit ahead.
Well, are they not reviewing a play right now?
They are. Casey
Yeah.
Challenge. I'm just saying at the next hike of the ball, though, whatever that is, pause.
Okay. Well, you're killing me here, but okay.
You're going to be fine.
So I'm on an antenna here, so I knew that I was, listening to the first half of the stream. I knew I was like 2 plays ahead. So I have a little box that like receives the signal and like sends it to my receiver and all that shit. And I can plug a little stick in, like a SD stick, and that'll act as like a DVR.
Nice.
And I can pause live TV through the antenna. It's garbage, but it does work.
Okay, Mac. Let me know when Brady hikes it.
I will.
1st and 10. It's what 6:05 or 6:06 on the play on the game.
Yeah, they're in the huddle right now, so it'll be in a second.
Okay, let me know.
Pause or anything or no?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
No.
Pause or anything or no?
Nope.
That was kind of all I had to say. I mean, it's kind of just like sputtering through the footage that it's recorded to get to the play hike.
Apparently, Pike, good. Apparently, Brandon wears Brett Favre pajamas.
So he wears nothing?
that was an incredible joke.
You guys work on that beforehand, or is that just
no? Actually, not.
You still won a championship.
I was in Minnesota when Favre went to the old Vikings and with the Vashante Shanko, where he was doing an interview in a towel with his privates hanging out, and then the whole picture being exposed from Favre to a certain special woman. Man, what a time to be in Minnesota,
Yeah, that was a tough look.
Riverboat Ron back in the day.
Yep, I'm sure Packers fans were like, yeah, we don't know who he is. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. We just won a Super Bowl with the Rodgers. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Good old era.
Gronk, man. Hey, Gronk's had a decent night, blocking, catching a few. I mean, he's shown well.
There used to be this mayor of Boston named Mayor Menino, and he was such an elitist, but he wanted to appeal to the common man so badly, and he would always try to talk about Boston sports, and he just never could quite get it. And I'll just never forget one time he was talking about Gronk, and he went on for like 10 minutes talking about how great Gonk is without the R in it. And it just looked absolutely ridiculous. There was a time where he talked about winning the World Series trophy as well. That's also somewhat embarrassing. Or no, the World Series Cup is what he called it. It was weird. He tried that crap for so long. He also used to confuse Jason Varitek and like Kurt Schilling or some crap like that.
You were wearing their beanie.
Was I?
Yeah.
There you go. Pretty good.
You picked out the right beanie.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, let's go. We got 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. 3rd down. Let's go. Strong input. Some of the better input we've had. Ben did call Tom Brady a pussy, right?
What do we got? 3rd and 1 here real quick. 3rd and 1 for everyone not watching. Brady sent the line here. Big play. Gronk in motion.
Large
snap
package.
To the left hand off to Burkhead.
First down.
They don't get it. That is short. It's going to depend on the spot.
So you can't say it's short if it depends on the spot.
It's short. I'm not. You know what, J-Mac? It's short. It's fucking short. Okay, it's short.
Contentious. I love it.
Tell me, first of all, why your 3rd best running back is running the football in that scenario.
I don't know.
Can you explain that?
Surprise.
Trickery.
Strategery, right?
Strategery.
That's right.
Rex Burkhead is not that good at football.
He's really spotty. He has his moments, though.
I really want Kansas City Rams so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind 2 young quarterbacks in there.
It's not
great.
Know.
I love the fact that Andy Reid has spent nearly 20 years in the NFL as a head coach, and he's pretty well respected. But, man, if he was able to win a Super Bowl, it'd really catapult his career. Here we go. 4th and inches. 4th and inches. We got Brady. I think this is the quick huddle, right? Where we see them bust out of it and Brady goes quick, snap up the middle, right? J-Mac?
More than likely, yeah.
All right, we'll slow break out of it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a run play. It's a run play. They're killing it. They're killing it.
Look at the block.
It's a run play. Run play. Don't even show touchdown.
Let's go.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Woo! Let's go.
Big extra point. Big extra point. It's a 2-point game right now. Gostkowski needs to convert to make it 3 points. 3:30 left. 2 timeouts for KC, 3 for New England.
All righty.
Oh, Bill just ejaculated on the sidelines. I'm not sure why that was weird.
Inappropriate.
Between that and the ball boy he keeps talking about, Jason's pretty excited over there.
The ball boy is in all black deflating balls. I don't know. There's no one else on the field that is wearing all black. Just explain that to me. All right. Gostkowski makes it true. I think we're going to see another OT, 24-24. Wow, what a game so far. I mean, what did we have? Was it 14-0 at half?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've had a flurry of points here. You know, KC scored 21. Patriots have put up a quick 10 points. Oh, big block right there by the fullback. Wow, what a block.
Dude, the way they put that blocker in right at the last second, that's Tom Brady.
That's what you dream of as a fullback right there. Just light them up. Light the safety up.
What was the dude's name? Was it James Booth that you were talking about earlier? Or Booth?
Jimmy Booth.
Jimmy Booth.
East Carolina, NCAA, D tackle, movement. So he was because I looked him up. I read his story. 2-star running back out of the middle of nowhere, went to ECU, redshirted, played nothing, and then put on a bunch of weight. And they said, hey, you want to move to the defensive line? He's like, sure, why not? Move to the defensive line, quick switch back. You got to manually do it yourself. It's not going to automatically happen. So if you play as ECU on NCAA College Football 14, you got to manually put Jimmy Booth at running back. It's going to be a couple guys down, but easy. You'll kill the guy you're playing. No one can tackle him.
So it's like playing Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl.
It is Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. It's ridiculous.
That's the best.
All right, we got 3.5 left. Chiefs starting from the third. J-Mac, is it 4-down territory from here on out?
Pretty much. You have to.
I mean, that's what I would think too. I mean, unless you go like 4th and 30 and you still got all your timeouts. I mean, that roughing the quarterback call, that's got to be one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
That wasn't the worst call that we've seen today.
Well, I think they look for Tyreek Hill here. I mean, he's been silenced all night. Gilmore's kind of shadowed on the second part of the field on Watkins. We got Tyreek in the slot here. Oh, he's beat him. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's PI. No call. Okay.
He was on the ground by the time the ball reached him.
Yep.
Oh, easy.
Ridiculous.
Is that Edward 40 hands over there?
I wish.
Crickets.
All right, we got 2nd and 10. Mahomes out of the slot here. I get the guys spread out early.
RPO.
You got Tyreek in the slot. They're going man coverage. Cover one, single high safety.
Oh! Nope. No, sir. No, sir. That's flag down.
I think that's going to be on the Patriots, J-Mac.
I think so too.
It looked like a little bit of early contact.
A little bit of the business over there on the end of the line.
Oh, that's the best sports video in the universe.
Give them the business.
We got holding on the defense. That's an automatic first down for folks out there. Big call. First down. Moves it to around the 40-yard line. J-Mac, how's it feeling?
Fine. Not worried.
Prove it.
Claire, you feeling okay?
He's a little somber.
No, I'm good. I'm just watching the game.
You guys are going to sleep in separate bedrooms?
The one The one downside to doing a live broadcast while you're watching your team play is the fact that it's kind of hard to talk about while you're doing it because there's a lot of emotions going on. I'm still not concerned.
He's still not concerned. Bill Belichick just sent out a massive tweet. He's good. Not worried about it.
Yeah, Bill Belichick is really big on the tweeters, I'm sure.
Yeah, the tweetery, the chap snat, and the book of faces. He loves it.
Fantastic talk.
Is it just me, or do more of the Patriots players have more of the old school helmets than any other team? Like just a big dome of plastic and no like pressure points or curve, any like angulature. It's just a big dome.
Yeah.
Like the Randy Moss helmet.
Yeah, the Randy Moss. That's the best way to describe it.
Do you think Andy Reid gets that mustache professionally trimmed?
He brings his guy to Applebee's. He gets a 2 for $20. They're both for him, and then his barber cuts his mustache.
Hey, 2 for $20's at Chili's. Don't disrespect the 2 for $20.
He gets him a couple of racks of ribs. Seems like a rib.
Hey, man, you can get the side rack of ribs, the chicken tenders, and some chips and guac for $20. It's delicious.
Can you get JD's dong dogs while you're there?
Easy, J Mac. Easy over the Claire. Settle them down.
The worst part was the worst part is the fact that they came with dong sauce.
Extra dong sauce.
That's
called Viagra.
I've been writing down different ad reads that I've thought of throughout the offseason, though. So we're going to have a litany of good ones coming up in the new season of The Outfielder. I can't wait.
I have a request.
J-Mac, was that a flag?
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
Mahomes got lit. Oh, my God.
Ooh, that hip does not look healthy.
Dude, did you see that? That looked dislocated.
They haven't re-shown it again.
I'm not a doc. I would say Claire's probably the closest thing to we have to a doctor on here, but
but what measure?
The fact that we're definitely not doctors.
That's what I'm saying. I know none of the guys on here are doctors, so her motherly care. She's a doctor. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dr. Samuel Carter.
Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it. I gotta say.
It does.
What was your request, Sam?
Oh, I'd like to write and read one ad read next season.
Oh, absolutely. You have more because you always feed me the players and the ideas, but you write and read any of them that you'd like.
Great. I just got to figure out how to pre-record one.
Brandon can help you with that.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Wow.
I say you go for it here. If I'm the Chiefs, I'd take a shot at the end zone.
You have to.
The J.C. Jackson's kind of up in arms. Oh, they're playing again. What is this? What? I don't get the Patriots. They're playing cover one all game here in the second half. And then, there you go. Shot to the end zone.
How do you keep getting ahead of us?
I don't understand.
I press play when you said to press play.
You're good.
Friend of the pod, Carl, is on the messages here. He said it's a trick question. All walruses get their mustaches trimmed professionally.
Easy, Carl. Easy. Go get some Carl's Jr. Get some extra cheese on that bag, and you'll be all right.
Perfect. That's me skiing down a mountain screaming Carl.
J-Mac, look away.
Shit.
Oh, no.
Is it weird that Claire's getting like pleasure out of this?
Easy.
Phrasing.
Like happy that this is happening. She's like, I don't want to deal with the Super Bowl. I don't want to deal with this stress for the Super Bowl. Just lose.
She's just heard this all before. She knows how it affects me.
Yes.
She just wants you to watch The Bachelor tomorrow night, and it's great.
We got to record radio tomorrow night, so otherwise.
No. Just peachy review right after the show. Fresh takes.
There you go.
For those who don't know what's on radio, including myself, could you explain?
Yeah, so that's Brandon and I's show where we do everything entertainment. So we're talking about movies and music and everything in between, really. Kind of
big extra point coming up here for Kansas City.
Got to go for
make
2
it a
here,
4-point game.
You think they go for 2 here?
No, you
Yeah.
good.
Tony Romo is out of his mind right now.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I've been watching this without any audio at all.
Yeah, we've had it down pretty low.
0.
So I do want to clarify for everyone out there. I've got a couple texts. Jimmy Booth in NCAA, yes, he is white on NCAA. He is actually in real life African American. So don't be mistaken when you play East Carolina. That is true. They did. It's just it's a cheat code. They made him white on there. He's really black. So before we go to this, I know J-Max kind of maybe a little bit not himself. So Sambino, Brandon, what's the hardest sport you guys have had to play hungover? Whether that's, college, when you're playing some, intramurals or maybe, high school. What's been the hardest hangover game you've had to play through?
Hockey, without a doubt. You sweat so much and you're working your legs and you're hunched over skating hard. Nothing makes you want to vomit more than like skating hard when you're not hungover.
Why don't you just get into a fight, go to the penalty box for a period?
Yeah, no, you get in a fight, you get thrown out. You don't want your right wing.
Brandon, what's been your worst experience hungover trying to play anything athletic? What's been your sport?
Probably say football or basketball.
Yeah. Oh, basketball, man. Trying to be
running back and forth.
Up and down. My God, you're just shaking your stomach about.
Or running for cars, valet job with J-Mac.
Oh my God, dude. So many hungover mornings where I vomited in the parking lot like 17 times.
Sweating out alcohol.
Oh my God, yes. There was the time whenever I slept on Vegas Kyle's ping pong table before we went to work. Yeah.
Vegas Kyle.
Absolutely. How else would you define him?
Oh God, the loser Kyle, probably. I mean, he was so terrible at craps.
That was great. We were playing craps at the Bellagio one night, and Sam just berated Kyle until he couldn't even deal with himself anymore. And then he just lost all of his money at one time. And then Sam just turned and looked at him and said, "We're all playing the same game. How are you losing?"
Justin and I were like raking in the dough, and he's sitting there like doing the opposite of what we're doing. And we're like, we've been winning for like an hour, and he just keeps not doing what we're doing, and didn't pan out very well for him. And I'm like, dude, we're playing the same game. Just win.
Yeah, that was good times.
Oh boy. Oh, I paused it.
Oh,
Damn it.
J-Mac, what's the prediction here for this drive?
Looks like he just left the room.
Well, that's what most Patriots fans do. Once they're down, they just bow out.
I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm a Jets fan. That's what they say.
Woo! Oh man, that's tough.
Oh, Belichick just slammed his clipboard. Am I behind or ahead? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I didn't see that, to be fair.
That was a rare show of emotion by the head coach.
Yeah. Claire, is J-Mac okay? Do we need to be worried?
Maybe a little. I don't know where he went.
Can I be honest? I'm much more worried about how Penny is doing. How's Penny doing? The cat.
She's living the dream right now. She just had a big nap, getting pets.
She's getting that massage under the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nothing like a late night pet or late night nap followed by sitting on the fur blanket.
I'm crying.
Oh no.
Maybe J-Mac's cleaning the litter box right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Well, we're down to a couple minutes left here. I'm not sure why J-Mac's chosen to forego the conclusion of this game, but we're going to continue watching it here. Brady's got to find a way to put some magic together for the last drive. At least, they got to go for a touchdown. So it's going to be interesting if they can score, and will Kansas City have enough time to respond, or will it end without a score? It's going to be certainly an interesting game here out in Arrowhead. So where are you guys at in the game right now? I feel like we're all at different points, so I don't want to say anything.
I'm watching a
Okay.
commercial with James Harden in it.
All right. J-Mac, welcome back. Did you throw up? Did you slit your wrist? What were you doing?
I was checking on the ladder situation in the garage, actually.
Oh, so you weren't arguing with the compost guy.
No. No, so whenever you're coming off the tail end of a cold, broadcasting for 3+ hours is a little bit difficult on your throat. So I had to go get some actual cough drops. So I'm not hacking into the microphone while people are listening to us.
Well, I mean, I don't think the fans necessarily hate it, but
It's no Ben eating Oreos. That I know.
Oh man, that cat is in heaven right now, Claire. What are you doing?
Oh.
I know.
Is she just looking up at you like, continue to pet me, human?
Yes, human.
Give me the love. Give me some milk in my water bowl.
Nice and deep, like.
Yeah.
Easy.
I don't know about this. Hey, Brandon, play the Carl drop again as a shout out to good old Carl. It never gets old.
Could you visualize this for us, Justin? Because I don't think that has the appropriate context.
So there was a year where we went to Colorado and Carl couldn't come for whatever reason. And so I promised him that I would scream his name as I skied down the hill. And that's what came up. And we've talked about this actually on radio a couple of times, but it's the best part about it is as I was going down, I had no idea how loud it was as I skied straight toward our buddy that was filming it. But I did know that it was loud enough whenever I could hear it echoing off the trees on both sides of me. I figured that I was doing, and then also whenever all the families turned and stared at me, I felt like I was doing the right thing. So I think we're actually going to make another one of those this year in some fashion. I just don't know what it's going to be like yet.
I watched you ski down the hill. You didn't take a roundabout way. You went straight down like a single black or something, like a blue black.
Yeah, it was like
you must have been doing 45 miles an hour as you flew by the microphone.
Just screaming Carl's name. Oh, man, yeah, that was good times. The other thing that like made me know that it was going well is our buddy that was filming it was just laughing his ass off, and I was like, "Yep, this is gonna come out great." So yeah, we'll do something like that. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but something ridiculous. Carl's clapping to the broadcast, so I think he knows. Alrighty, Brady Magic, it's time.
Is it an incomplete or not, J-Mac?
Hey, is your dog licking your microphone right now?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's an incomplete. It hit the ground.
This goes on like at 3 a.m. You just kind of get used to it.
Yep.
What's Gene saying about the call?
Gene Steratore. He's probably saying whatever the opposite is on the field because he's the idiot of all time.
He really is. He's a moron.
He did not maintain possession of the ball.
Correct.
He did not make a football move.
Ugh, I hate that goddamn phrase.
And if you can make your voice gravelly while you say football move or NFL, you get I think you get bonus points, and they might actually be closer to ruling.
Well, we feel that a
football move
franchise that Coach Garrett and
oh my God!
It's an offsides though, J-Mac. D forward was you have to maintain a possession and stature before the play. And
okay, thanks, Gary, for weighing in.
Coach Garrett and the team do believe in winning, and we'll see.
Let's go.
3rd and 5, 54 seconds left.
Woo,
Patriots must convert here. It's 4-down territory. Wouldn't be shocked at a run or maybe a shot towards the end zone. We'll see. Well, J-Mac's butthole's about to really pucker up here.
I would give you the finger if we weren't live.
Tight.
You still on that train?
Yeah, the train is getting longer.
Gronk this, Gronk that, Gronk this, Gronk that.
Gonk, baby. Let's go.
Gunk.
Gonk. Gonk.
There's definitely an R before that. Or was that removed when Hernandez died?
Did you not listen to the story earlier? Also, wow. Apparently, a lot of people were outraged by the picture that I sent you the other day, Sam, of the before and after of Aaron Hernandez and the
10-year challenge on A-Hair?
Yes, apparently.
I appreciate a good dead guy joke just as much as the next person.
Yeah, and the other thing is he killed people. Like, what are we
allegedly? He was never prosecuted for dead people.
No, I'm sorry. Did he hang himself at his home or did he hang himself somewhere else?
No, he had too many dicks in his mouth.
Yeah, he was definitely in prison.
Yeah, he was in jail, so he was convicted of it. I don't know if he was actually convicted or not.
I don't think he was convicted of murder.
Yeah, he definitely was, dude. He killed that one. What? I forgot his name. I'll think of it in a second. Tyler named his fantasy team name after him 1 year.
J-Mac is about to jizz everywhere.
Gross.
Jesus.
Sorry, Claire.
Straight to the dome.
I'm trying to keep it PG-12 in here.
Pretty good.
Because Rex Burkhead is the answer for everything.
Oh, he's never the answer.
Well, he is right here.
Yep. Pretty good.
The overhits. If you listen between the hashes, we did mention the under in the Saints game and the over in this game. We're just trying to help you out. We're not recommending anything. We're just speaking ironically on
general
what
terms
may happen. We clearly stated there may be a flurry of points in this game, and the flurry has been seen. Just like the flurries that touched down in Dallas this weekend.
That didn't happen, right? Did it?
It's
That actually?
I had flurries here. I got no sleep Friday night because of all the flurries.
You got no sleep or sleet?
Both.
Okay.
My dog did not like the wind.
Mark that.
She is uncontrollably licking my ear right now. This is the life I live.
In no way could you restrain that beast from doing that.
It's only 8 pounds. I can't do anything about this right now. Well, J-Mac, we got 39 seconds. KC needs 3 to tie. There has never been a weekend of championship games that both go to overtime. Down 3, 39 seconds again. It's already been stated. 1 timeout. What do you do as a Patriots defense right now? Brian Flores heading to Miami after this for warmer pastures. What defense are you hoping that you see out of the Patriots? Do you want pressure? Do you want maybe a shells, a zone, a man? What are you looking for?
You got to go pressure here, and you got to make sure to shut down Mahomes is the biggest thing here. Also, greener pastures is kind of a I don't know. I'm not sure if that's really
well. You're about to triple your salary and live in Miami. I would say that's greener pastures.
Yeah, it's still Florida though.
Yeah, local Florida man goes naked into a bar. What's up?
What? Mark that.
Marking that.
Yeah.
Decent return. Yeah, you were down. Don't worry.
Brandon, how long have we been on the air now?
All right. So you're looking
2
at
hours, 57 minutes.
You're looking at least probably 25 yards for an attempt. You would like 30 to 35. 32 seconds left. Obviously, you got probably at least 3 plays if they're all in bounds with 1 timeout. You would prefer to maybe get to the 50 with about 20 seconds left in that timeout. I'd be looking for Kelsey to the sidelines here, or maybe a bunch formation to kind of get some mixed matches. We'll see what they do, but it's going to be interesting.
You were down, pal.
That was an amazing catch.
Are you a little bit ahead of me now?
Oh,
J-Mac, you're the only one that's behind, damn it.
No, Brandon, where are you at?
I'm at the play.
We're right about the same place. Brandon, you and I are about the same place.
Yeah, I'm already in Hawaii here, Honolulu. I got laid once I got off the plane. They give you a lay right away. I chose blue.
Yeah,
it's fine. So Harrison Butler, career long 54 yards, week 16 at Seattle. They're looking at probably around the 35, 36 yard line for that career long mark. You're probably clicking it anywhere at the 40 yarder in here. It's going to be an offsides play probably here.
Yep.
No one has been better this season at calling people offsides, or not calling, like drawing them offsides than Mahomes.
Mahomes has been great. It's the Kermit the Frog. The reason it works is the recognizable voice from your childhood. It lulls you into sleep. It makes you fall over and just go to bed. Kermit the Frog. If only they had Cookie Monster at the running back position, it would be an unstoppable duel. But, you got to deal with one, not two.
Kermit the Frog here.
That's a hot take.
It's certainly a hot take, but we deliver them here at Sensibly Loud Media.
As someone who doesn't understand the depths of football quite like you, can you explain how that works and why he's so good at that for real?
Yeah. So when you go into the huddle, you're saying usually you start at quick would be on, set. So, they usually go the line and say set, hut. And on quick would mean that it'd be on set. You usually do that maybe on a short third down situation to jump them off. Or otherwise you could say on 1, 2, or 3. When you're as comfortable in the pocket as Mahomes and Brady, you're usually able to kind of call it out. It's depend on your line, on how smart they can be. I've played on teams that just can't get their mind around going on anything but one.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have two teams like this, they're able to really peel it off. So on that play, they were going on 2. He said set hut, and then they jumped and hut again. Quick offsides play. It's really an advantage when your line's all on the same page and you're able to play at home. This is why home field matters. You're not in the loud dome. You're not in a loud situation where you can hear what your quarterback's doing. So looks like we have a review going on right now as well. I feel like that's all we've done in the past hour here.
So many reviews in this game, man. Seriously.
Bill Belichick, his nose is officially red. He added another layer, I think.
He threw his tablet earlier. I don't know if you were paying attention.
I saw that. It was deadly.
Yeah, it's already on eBay selling for $25,000.
Pretty good.
All right, so we got 16 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 21. Certainly KC's going to take a chance to win the game. If they can get to the sidelines here, get a chance, I would imagine the Patriots will play a big of a shell as possible. You want to play for overtime if you're the Patriots. If you're KC, you're not taking any chances. You're just trying to run the clock out here. If you get a wide open chance, great. If not, kick the field goal, send it to overtime. So it's going to be the first time ever we have 2 championship games go to overtime. We're Sensibly Loud Media, certainly making history here today.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
So first down, J-Mac, what's going on?
If anybody wants to call in, I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. That number is 972-885-9361. I guess I should have been giving out that more during the show, but whatever. It's on the screen. Here we go.
Do they try and play another one, or they just kick it?
God,
they should get one more play, at least one more.
Please doink this.
Well, it looks like they're going to use a timeout here. They got 3 left. I would imagine they'll use all 3.
Gonna ice the hell out of him.
No doubt. Where's Ben whenever you need him to make a mid-90s rock group joke?
Interesting. He's on the left hash mark.
God, please miss this for the love of God. Just miss it. Doink it. Cody Parkey, this motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Overtime. Extra football, extra broadcast.
I mean, now you're ahead all of a sudden. It's not
Hey,
okay.
J-Mac, are we getting paid double for this or?
No.
Time and a half after 4 quarters.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
Everybody knows that. It's in your fucking lining.
Hey, take it up with HR, all right?
Claire's HR.
No, whatever you can figure out who HR is, then you can take it up with them.
I think it's Ben's second daughter.
That'd be amazing.
Easy.
Yeah, what was the name of the chick in that Always Sunny episode?
Wait, which one?
About where he's talking about HR.
Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, Carol from HR.
Right.
Carol. Charlie's so goddamn.
So
over it.
this is a first, isn't it? Both games go to overtime.
There is. Pretty good.
Is everyone here a Cowboys fan except for you, Justin?
Probably.
Back.
Probably. I know Jason is.
Well, that's obvious.
Ticket holder, absolutely.
I really was hoping though that the Cowboys were going to play the Eagles here because the content that you and I would have captured would have been absolutely incredible going and talking to drunk Eagles and Cowboys fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Was that the goal? Like Uber down there, and
I live like 5 minutes from there, so
it's still Uber then, probably.
Yeah, hop, skip, and a jump. Take our pogo sticks. Taking it to overtime.
They're not even going to try.
Nah.
Take one shot.
All right.
Goose not.
You should probably call Penny back to you because she was very irritated that you left.
Does she respond to your calls? I mean, that feels like a dog thing.
Yeah, she does. She knows whenever you call her
She's
name.
glaring at me.
She
right
may
now.
not do anything about it, but she knows.
What a bitch.
Yeah. Cat for you.
Lie right now. That's what I'm getting.
You should have dumped me in the dirt to begin with. All right, overtime. Rules and all that.
I love how they have to. They're so confusing, the rules, that they have to announce them every time.
Every time.
So, we complain a lot about the rules. What is our solution to solving this problem? What the fuck is a catch? Oh, we lost J-Mac.
A catch is whatever the Patriots deem it to be.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we're all held to the same standard, I'm okay with that.
What are the rules in overtime? Like what? I don't know what happens.
So first to score a touchdown, so whoever gets the ball first, if they score a touchdown, it's over. Otherwise, after that, whoever scores first wins.
What if they do a field goal? It doesn't
Other
end it.
team gets a chance to maintain the ball and either tie it or win it.
But if someone scores a touchdown, like the other team doesn't get a chance to rebuttal.
Nope.
No?
It's the most ridiculous thing, and it's something J-Mac and I need to talk about in the offseason. I've been a large component of the NFL adopting the college football rule of, back and forth. In the NFL, I think you could start from the 50-yard line and just go 1-for-1, and I think that'd be fine. College, for those who are not familiar, overtime, they both get a possession at the 35-yard line. If it's still tied, you go to the next possession, and then in the third overtime, you're forced to go for 2 points. The most famous game this year was A&M LSU. They went to a 6 overtime game, I believe, the highest scoring football game of all time, which I'm sure you both are familiar with.
Yes, very much.
Very much so there. So I think the NFL could adopt it and start at the 50-yard line. I think that would be fine. It's not an automatic field goal, obviously, from the 50. But, the coin flip matters so much. I mean, if you go down and score a touchdown, it's over. That's just – when you played a game for 60 minutes and it's tied, I think both teams deserve a shot. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it will take a game like this where, you have 2 overtime games in the championship games to maybe change that rule. But the fact that each team isn't necessarily guaranteed a chance to possess it is certainly not ideal.
Got it.
Yeah, funny how that works. It's crazy that both teams don't get a chance to play again in overtime. It's amazing. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep, it doesn't.
Who's the group of people responsible for approving changes to the rule book? That just seems like a boneheaded move, this one.
It's just like the baseball thing with changing rules and all that, though. It's just a damn nightmare.
A bunch of old white men making it happen.
Pretty much.
Great. Yeah, nothing terrible's ever happened when we put them in charge.
True. Glad that we're
Patriots. Looks like the Patriots won the toss, so we'll see if this is what Tom thrives in. I think you'll probably see the Patriots go down and score a touchdown right here.
Yep, seen it.
So for the people who didn't watch the Saints-Rams game, me, what happened in the overtime there?
Do what?
What happened in the overtime there? Was it tit for tat, or did somebody score a touchdown and just end it? How did that go?
Jason, you'll give us
so it ended in a tie game near the under the 2-minute warning. There was a pass interference and personal foul call that was not assessed on the Rams, which led to a 23-20 game where the Rams went down and tied it to make it 23 all going into half. The Saints won the toss, unfortunately turned it over, and the Rams won it on the longest field goal in postseason history.
Wow.
The thing that we mentioned earlier in the podcast about reviewing pass interference calls, that's probably going to be a leading candidate in this offseason. And I'll give the NFL props, such as the rule catch. Usually when there's a major controversial call in the playoffs, they end up changing the rules with it. So I think we'll probably see the change happen where they can challenge pass interference.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate the ability to pull a recent anecdote and sway people based on their emotions. I'd love to see some data to back up that sort of change, though. But that doesn't feel like the way they do it.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Sad.
I
love data.
Big data.
Nerd.
Yeah, do we have the interns working on the data analytics?
Ben is out trying to wrangle them up, so I don't know what's going on with him. Probably got caught up with the legal team.
Fucking legal.
Those damn legal people. There we go. Let's go.
Were you let's going at an incomplete pass by chance on 2nd and 9?
Nope, you'll see. You're a little bit behind.
Sweet. I'm not sure how that's happening, but I keep getting synced up with everyone not changing a thing, and then I'm behind.
Jason was super ahead earlier, but then I was the only one that was behind, and I don't know. We keep
syncing it up. It's just me. I'm sure of it.
It was much easier to do it with a pitch clock, because you could there was never any clock to worry about. Pitch count, I should say, not clock.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Speaking of that, are you a proponent, Sam, of them adding the pitch clock in baseball?
Tell me more.
I don't know. They're considering doing it this year, but I don't think it really matters. I don't think it changes anything as far as just making sure the pace of play.
Wait, didn't they have it last year?
They did in the minors.
Right. I don't think it changed much, did it?
No.
Outside of having Derek Lowe on the mound.
Who is it? It's John Lester, and there's somebody else that just works in.
John Lester is the worst.
Yeah,
it's like watching paint dry now that he's getting BP balls.
Yeah, really is. He works really slow. Madison Bumgarner works really slow too. Not as slow as Lester does, though.
Well, he's out in KC there. There's no sense of urgency when you have a 9 p.m. start game.
and no one's watching and it's not nationally televised. So to be fair to Mad Bum, there's not really that huge sense of urgency. Well, so we got a 3rd and 10 coming up here. You're around midfield. J-Mac, what would be the situation that you'd go for? Is it 4th and 5 or less? What do you feel comfortable going for it at this point? Or do you punt it if it's 4th down no matter what? Or do you kick it? Try to the long field goal to put 3 up?
I think it really...
Well, it doesn't matter. You got the first down.
Just say it's not going to matter. But, I mean, in that situation, you've got to be aggressive here. You can't sleep on Barrio.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Okay. We don't need, bring it on 14. Well, I just think this is over. I think they're just steady dose to Shoney Michelle. It's, that's all we're going to see here.
Yes, let's not give the ball back to the most potent offense in the NFL. We'll just call it a game after one try. That's good.
Oh,
Brady!
Oh.
That was an incredibly ballsy play call.
Wow, I thought that was over.
Yep. All righty. Here we go.
When's baseball start?
Not too long, I can tell you, actually. It is.
They open the gates in our fantasy league in like 12 days or something.
Jason's joining the fantasy league this year. He's going to be one of our guys.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was told this is very high stakes. So what's the details, J-Mac?
It's more competitive than high stakes, I would say. We do need to get
I want it to be higher stakes. It is highly competitive, though.
Yes, we will get money involved. And or shame bets involved.
It's jelly beans, J-Mac. It's jelly beans.
Always.
We could do some side bets if we need to, but we've been pretty low on the buy-ins, and I'm not okay with that.
You mean like betting whether Ivan will win more than 2 games in 3 seasons?
I mean, we just keep beating his dick in.
Poor Ivan.
I think I beat Ivan.
Didn't 2 of Ivan's wins come from you and I last year or something like that? Just something absolutely embarrassing considering.
Yeah, I folded to Ivan twice, and I clearly had the best team.
Yeah, you really did. You had that late season resurgence where you just won every single week from like mid-July on.
I won like 12 weeks in a row after dropping some really shitty weeks.
Yeah, it was insanity. Good times.
Looking forward to it. I'm glad you're joining. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get you looped in as soon as we can.
Well, J-Mac, quickly back to football. I mean, doesn't this feel like a spot to maybe call a timeout, regroup? I mean, your season's on the line. You got 3 timeouts.
Not based on what happened.
Well, yeah. Now you got first and goal from the 5. If I'm Andy Reid, I'm calling a.
If I'm Andy Reid, I'm definitely calling a timeout because the thing is, you don't want the New England's getting the momentum going on their side. That's
but this is what I'm saying. They're gonna run it here, maybe get 2 or 3 yards. Then they're gonna go play action. Gronk's gonna be sitting in the back of the end zone. I mean, look at this. These guys aren't even set. Casey's not even set, and they're hiking the ball. I mean, you gotta call a time. Oh wow, down to the 1.
This is why Andy Reid stinks.
This is why Andy Reid's not a head coach. He's an offensive coordinator that gets paid like a head coach.
Been saying it for years. He stinks.
I mean, the fact that you're not calling a timeout here to bringing in Shaq. All right, you got an extra lineman in here. You just subbed in another D lineman. You're not set, and they're set, and you're not. The game's over. 2nd down, the game's over right here.
He's ready for what Crunchwrap Supreme, man.
I don't know what the game's over. Let's touchdown, go. Patriots. Rex Burkhead.
This is why I don't worry. This is why I don't worry. Josh said, and Andy Reid looks like a walrus. Strong agree.
But you have 3 timeouts left, and you don't use any of them, and got nickel and dime the whole possession.
What a game.
Even Romo was talking about it.
Yep. Alrighty, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. It's been amazing 3.5 hours and change of talking football and everything in between. We talked a little bit about just Peachy. Yeah, everything in between. So we want to thank all the hosts for joining us and bloggers as well. And Sam, Jason, Brandon, thanks for everything. Claire, thanks for being on with us too.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing another one of these. We won't be doing the Super Bowl because where we're going to be for the Super Bowl is going to have really not great internet reception. But we will be doing more of these as baseball starts. The outfielder is going to be back in like a month and a half. So we're going to be looking forward to doing big season predictions and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a good time. So it is. It's been great having everybody, and we'll be back next time for the live stream.
Bye.
Sounds good. Thanks, J-Mac.